Our day Shalom Akim. You know, first off, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash, Brakti Yahweh,
Brakti Yahweh,
Brakti Yahushai,
Brakti Yahushai,
Brakti Yahweh,
Brakti Yahweh,
Brakti Yahushai,
Brakti Yahushai,
Brakti Yahweh,
Brakti Yahweh,
Brakti Yahushai.
Brakti Yahushai.
Hey, Shalom, a double honor to our apostles and elders of Gmsla. All right, who we all learn under. And sincere, Shalom, salutations to all of you sincere, fellow believers out there of the elect of the 1/3. All right, we're out here another Saturday, beautiful Saturday at the camp, man. All right, here to preach the words of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. All right, most importantly, his testimony, the testimony of prophecy. All right, I wanted to start off in Revelation chapter 20 and 4. All right, because this is a future prophecy that's going to happen, soon. All right.
The book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, for the word of the Most High, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands.
Like it is written, man, those 7,000 men that will not bow their knees to Baal, man. All right, hey, this man is going to push that thing heavily, and anyone who's not teaching that is a false prophet. All right, anyone teaching it, that is anything otherwise in the see him, all right, does not know prophecy. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, he's not a servant of this.
No other device plausible to fit that prophecy in Revelation the 13th chapter.
Yeah.
The mark, which is charagma in the Greek.
Exactly.
There's no other device. What other device is plausible?
Yeah, what other device can't you buy or sell, without? That they're pushing out heavy. All right, that's why when these other guys scoff about a central bank digital currency, all right, they don't know prophecy, man. Calling that shit a conspiracy. All right, they're either genuinely clueless or bought and sold for it. You're good. They're either clueless or bought and sold for it, man. Chasing after a fucking bag.
I know that the bag is about to be obsolete real soon.
Yeah.
All right, what they're doing right now is crashing the global economy. Okay, it's called the Great Reset. You just had Trump. He made a post about a reset.
Yeah.
I forget the exact words. Did y'all bro see that?
Yeah.
You remember the words exactly?
We're about to, pretty much the greatest reset ever.
Yeah. So that's what they're doing. They're intentionally crashing the global economy, man. Okay? This is Bible prophecy, man.
Yeah. Anyone who's not speaking in it is not warning the people.
Yeah, the apostles been speaking about these things before it was plainly seen.
Yeah.
Before society transitioned to all this technology. They were speaking these things, man. I show you the proof that the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Hashem is upon them.
That's a spirit, because that brother's going into decades ago, man. All right, before it was even considered a concept, man. All right, the apostles, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai B'Raktam.
Yahweh Ba'Hashem B'Raktam.
Through the spirit and power, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai have been teaching this, man. All right, all the way back from the late 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, man. All right, to this current generation that we're in.
It says, I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands.
All right, and that mark, again, that it's going into. It's going into that device. There's going to be a remnant, 144,000 that are not going to take it, but they're not going to be able to stop each and every one of them, man. All right, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, he's about to show his strength. He's about to show his power. All right, but this is also going to be some that are just going to transition. Some that are going to die as martyrs, as believers, man. The ultimate show of faith. All right, but that's when you got to stand firm in Yahweh Shai the most.
No greater love, Yahweh Shai said, no greater love have for a friend, just paraphrasing it, the one that give up his life.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai, he loved us. All right, that he gave up his life for us, man.
Yeah, he took all of Israel's sins, man. Oh, you got it? Okay. Oh, with this brother, he took all that, man. All of our sins, man. That blood of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, it covered it all. All right, he was that perfect sacrifice, man. All right, and he, man, what he went through, no other man, went through, man. No other man could go through that except for him.
Yep, it's John 15-13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
For his friends. In John 15 or 16, it mentions how the Lord don't consider us servants. He considers us friends.
That's right.
And the Lord gave up his life for us, man. So that's one of the things that we have to consider, that if we're faced with death, man, that, man, the Lord gave up his life for me, all right, and I might as well give up my life for him as well. Literally, man, because what he went through, the Lord felt literal pain, man. All we're getting is our head getting cut off, man.
Yeah. To us, it's going to be like in an instant. Hey, the Lord might even make it where we don't even feel it like he did with Stephen. All right?
God.
What choice do we have, though?
Yeah.
You have no choice.
You know,
Someone got to play that part.
what choice do we have? Where we going? Go back on what we believe? We gonna go back on our vow? You know, no, man. Out of fear of this Edomite? Come on, man. You put the fear. You rather fear the Edomite than the Most High?
Yeah.
Hey, think about it. You made it that far. What's the point of turning back now or giving up if you made it that far to the point where your head about being cut off? If the prophecy has been fulfilled,
You should be expecting, hoping for deliverance.
Yeah.
You know?
And either way, man, hey, it's the same either way. We understand that's a transition. All right, the dead in Yahushua, they shall rise first, man. All right, so we understand that, hey, the ones who, whose lot got to play out that way, they're going to be the first ones in that chariot, man. All right, an early screening of Babylon the Great, being destroyed. They're going to be seeing all that. Go ahead.
It's Romans 11:4. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Because hey, that mark means something when you take it, man. All right, it means hey, you're bowing down to his image, what he wants, man. You're making him his God. So like, you're making him your God, pretty much, man.
You're pledging your allegiance to Satan.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I said, choose this day whom you will serve.
Yeah.
The Lord is he's making everyone choose a side.
Yeah.
Because this world is demonic. Ain't no denying that. This world is demonic as hell. It's very satanic.
Hey.
Now it's to the point where the masses know that.
Yeah.
Now you gotta choose a side.
Not only is it all that, man, we're seeing it end right before our very eyes, man. We're here, and end time prophecy is being fulfilled.
It's going up. These could be our last few camps.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And you know they always try to downplay the
Genius.
the Lord don't exist. As if somehow, the devil now, he exists and he exists more heavily than the Most High exists. Okay?
Hey, it says that in Isaiah, I formed the light, I formed the darkness.
Right.
All right, the evil and the good, the Lord, he's the creator of it all, man.
Yeah.
All right, that's what you don't understand. Who's the one really pulling the strings?
See, what the thing that they're not going to tell you is, you know that scripture in Isaiah, the Lord hideth himself. He's a God that hideth himself. So they could see Satan, in all his works out here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, the Most High is hidden in plain sight, man. Okay?
Right.
But he's a God that hideth himself. It takes faith to believe in the Lord. That's why he said, how does it go? Hebrews 11:6. Without faith, it's impossible to please him.
Yeah.
God.
You must believe that he is.
Yup.
You got that scripture out?
I got it.
We're hiding in plain sight right now. Okay? They see us out here, but they don't perceive what's going on. They don't take this as being the end of the world, the end of everything, in the beginning of the kingdom, man. This is the kingdom coming into progress right now. We're establishing the kingdom right now. Okay?
It's Isaiah 45:15. It says, verily, thou art a God that hideth himself.
See? Go ahead.
O God of Israel, the Savior. They shall be ashamed and also confounded, all of them. They shall go to confusion together that are makers of idols.
Right, so just because you can't see the Most High, how about Shema Shai doesn't mean that they don't exist.
Yeah.
They exist all around us, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got like, just like you got the spirit world all around us, which is greater than the physical world, man.
Way greater, yep.
You see?
Yeah.
So you people, you about to find out that there is a God. There's a righteous God. And he's the God of the Israelites. Okay?
Only power. There is none with him. Like he says.
See, our people, after the Yahweh Shema delivered us out of Egypt, what they want? They want a tangible God. They build a golden calf. They want something tangible. You know?
Yeah.
When Yahweh walked amongst us,
Yeah.
you want tangible. That's tangible.
Right.
And they still rejecting him, man.
Right. They want something that could be seen, right? But what the kingdom, you can't see that, man. You can't see the kingdom coming. It's happening. That ain't what I want. I want to say something tangible.
Hey, but like, Israel didn't have a king for a period of time.
Yeah.
What made them want the king? They went up to Samuel wanting a king because they saw the other nations having a king. When the Most High was the king,
Yeah.
the Most High was the one fighting our battles, defending us, raising up judges to deliver us from captivity after captivity. But when our people saw that they got kings, we want a king too. You know?
That's why the scriptures say, grab it real quick, Deuteronomy, it mentions children. You can just type in children wherein there's no faith. Okay? They don't have no faith. That's why you're going to fall victim to the trickeries of the devil. Because you don't have no faith. We're going to break you down. You're going to be begging for food, begging for whatever you need, resources and all of that. You know, going to him for help. When you're supposed to be calling upon Yahweh Shema Rashad, man. You got it?
Yeah. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 20. And he said, I will hide my face from them.
And once again, he hiding himself. Go ahead.
It says, I will see what their end shall be, for they
What's been our end? Without our power. You know,
always
what's been our end? Our end has been horrible, man.
Yeah, always kept.
This Edomite is having his way with us, man.
Yup.
Doing whatever the fuck he feels to do. But, you know, we also know it's through the Most High's mercies that we're not consumed. The Lord, in his anger, is still having mercy on us.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says,
It's just like when you whoop your son's ass, you're not using all your strength. You're not using your full strength. Look, don't stop believing, man.
yeah,
You know? When you chastise your son, you're not using your full strength.
yeah,
So the Lord didn't totally wipe us out. He could have. But he didn't. He had mercy on us. Go ahead.
it says, I will see what their end shall be, for they are very froward generation, children whom is no faith.
Children, read that last part again. Children in
Con.
whom is no faith.
It says, children in whom is no faith.
See? So it's always been known that our people lack faith.
Yeah, when Yahweh Shai was in the scene, he called them wicked and adulterous generation, man.
Or even think about the time of Noah.
Yeah,
Only 8 souls were saved, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. If that ain't a lack of faith, what is, man?
God.
Hey, bro, can I get this right quick? This is what I was thinking about right here. This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 18. We look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal. But
That's the insight that our people don't have. They're thinking like the Edomite. Like their day is going to continue forever.
Yeah,
Well, all societies fall, man. All empires fall. Okay, and it's evident now that this is a fallen empire.
Yup.
You know, these nations out here not fearing America like they once did. You know? Go ahead.
But the things which are not seen are eternal.
Right? And that's what we're focused on, the eternal.
Yep.
We're not investing all of our energy into a sinking ship. All right? We're investing our energy into the next world, which takes faith.
Yeah.
Which that was a gift from the Most High for us to believe and hold on to our faith when we're catching pure hell. We still believe. Like the dude walked by with the Journey shirt.
Yeah.
Don't stop believing, man. You know, so if we faced with death, hey, the scripture say, fear not the sentence of death, man.
yeah.
We ain't to fear that. So,
Shalom.
Shalom Akim.
Yahweh Shema
Yahweh
Shabbatah.
Shai Shabbat.
we're not to fear that, man. What you got, Ak?
I got a quick
Go
piece.
ahead.
It says,
You
Proverbs
got it, bro.
This is Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, the people perish.
You ain't got no answers when it all go down.
Yeah.
When the Lord been having his hand out this whole time.
Yeah.
You know, this whole time the Lord is like pleading with his people. Look, repent, man. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. I'm about to send my son back. Come on, man. Get right. Leave off from this wicked ass world.
If people have more faith in themselves, they'll envision themselves being a doctor or accomplishing their goals, being a great entrepreneur. Slocky. You know, they'll see themselves being that. They can't see the kingdom.
Yeah.
They can't see the Lord returning. They can't see them being kings and having slaves, man. They can't see the words of the Lord come to life, man.
Right.
Okay?
They can't see this Edomite under them, man.
Yeah.
They have a slave mentality.
All those years of oppression, man. All right, but like, what?
That's a defeated mentality.
Yeah. But like that brother just read in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, man. All right, we're looking at the things that we cannot see, man.
That's the
All right,
kingdom, man.
The kingdom. All right, rulership, man. Yahweh Shai to come and establish things like it should be righteously, man.
We know we're better than these heathens.
Yeah.
We don't look at these heathens like they're better than us.
Yeah.
Or we better than you. We just, you know, it's a thing between us and our God right now.
That's right. Yeah.
Y'all ain't got nothing to do with this, man.
Yeah.
All right.
It ain't by any of your power or your might. All these AI videos that you Persians are making, man, you're putting Jake in the spotlight, but you didn't do shit for us either, man.
Right.
All right, all of you were the same fucking league, man, against Israel.
Persians had us in captivity,
Exactly, man.
I got a precept.
Get into it. The Edomites. Go ahead.
Isaiah 64 verse 4. For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither hath the eye seen, O Most High, beside thee, what he hath prepared for him that waited for him.
Yeah.
So none of us seen the kingdom. You can create AI videos, AI pictures, and all that of what the kingdom may be like in your own mind, in your own way. It's gonna be far, 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 far greater than what we can ever imagine, man. Far greater than what we can imagine. But in order to get there, we have to have that vision. We gotta put ourselves like we're in the kingdom, man. Imagine that we're in the kingdom, man. Give us something to hope for, give us something to fight for, man. Okay, we gotta have that vision. You gotta see yourself sitting on the throne, children, or walking on your own palace, man. You see yourself drinking wine with Yahweh Shai, man. You gotta see yourself being beamed up, man.
Yeah.
The thing is, I was saying in my other lesson, you know, the Spirit just gave me the words. The Lord already sees that. He already sees his people 100% righteous, living it up, joyful, slaves.
What proved that? Balaam. All right, the Moabite king hired Balaam and put a curse on Israel. Okay, the Lord showed Balaam the future state of Israel. He showed him the kingdom, man. Yeah, man, I wish I was an Israelite. You know?
You can't curse what the Lord has blessed.
Yeah.
Well, the Most High created, he declared the ending from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, he already said where we were going to be. We're going to be the kings. Okay?
That's right.
Playing this story out.
Yeah.
You know, these other nations, he gave them a chance to rule over us to see how they going to handle us. Okay? Oh, y'all did us bad, so when we get you in the kingdom, you going to get it.
Yeah.
Okay? Whatever you put out, that's what you're going to get back.
That's crucial. Even though we're not out of the water yet, man, we understand that there's a victory at the very end. All right?
Victory's coming.
Victory's coming. All right, and for these people right here, man, starting off with his elect, all right, his 144,000 and the 1/3.
We gotta go back to that Revelation.
Yeah.
20.
Tell us, look, endure. Don't be afraid. Do this, do that.
Yeah.
'Cause he already seen the deliverance. He already knows what's going to happen.
Be not afraid, neither doubt.
Yeah.
He already knows the miracles he's going to perform for us.
Hey, the Lord knows.
What'd he say?
You know, I'm telling you, bro.
Oh, okay.
The Lord knows. The Lord knows the condition that we're in.
Yeah.
He knows the state that we're in. He knows that we've been in Babylon for our lives. We're not used to
Right.
certain things, but
He gave us the cheat code,
Yeah.
the Bible, the scripture, the script. We know what's about to happen. That's why it doesn't take us by surprise.
Gone.
Okay? And we're able to handle the situations that we're put in.
Yep.
We're brought down to a lower state. We're able to look at the kingdom and say, yeah, I know this is just temporary. This is temporary, man. This ain't forever. We're gonna use this time right here as something to reflect on, you know, and measure it against the goodness in the kingdom.
That's at Isaiah 33 and 6. All right, when it says wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times, man. All right, it's always been, you know, the Lord has brought you here to this point, man. All right, he's gonna maintain, man. If you're a servant of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he's gonna protect you.
Yep.
All right, and whatever it is that you're faced with, hey, the Lord put that in front of you, man. You can overcome.
Let's go back to that Revelation 20, the last part.
Yeah.
It says, and they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shai 1,000 years.
Hell yeah.
Okay, 1,000 years. They're gonna be the first partaking of first resurrection, first rulership, man. You want to be there to see the kingdom being built up, man.
First fruits, yeah.
Yeah, you want to be able to tell your children, yep, I endured this, we went through this, the Lord delivered me from Babylon. We came, we took the world,
Yeah.
right way, you know?
Hey, whatever it is that you lose on this side, you want to be able to see that back again. All right, when the kingdom is here, man. Whatever is lost is going to be gained that much more. All right?
Okay, the Lord created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. The number 6 represents unity, right? And then that next 1,000 years that brother just read about, that's adding on to the kingdom. That's the end of the kingdom. That's going to be 7,000 years of the kingdom being built, man. That's what I'm saying. That's the next 1,000 years added on to that 6,000. Because we're like in a pause on the creation of the kingdom of heaven for these heathens. But now when Yahweh Shai comes back, it's going to be the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, man. And that 1,000 years is going to take to complete the kingdom of heaven. You know?
God says, but the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. The rest of the dead are what? The other nations. They're not going to live again because they're going to be in captivity, building up our kingdom throughout for 1,000 years, man. Okay? And it says,
Yeah.
The Edomites will be no longer.
exterminated. That's going to be a day that the whole wide world, every single soul is going to rejoice. When the Edomites are exterminated. We're going to see your ass again, man. You know?
The earth is going to feel true bliss. All right, because it's going to be the righteous that are ruling, man. All right, it's going to be intended. It's going to be the way the Lord intended things to be.
They're not going to be buried with the dead because they're not going to have nobody to be buried.
Yeah.
Okay, it says they're going to cut off the son, the nephew, the uncle, everybody.
Everybody.
Every male of the Edomites are going to be cut off. So that way your line cannot come back ever.
Male and female.
That's a promise.
All Edomites. Man and woman, children, your concubines, all could get burnt up, man.
Yeah. Females, y'all don't matter though. Because you can't bring back nothing anyway.
Yeah.
And that bullshit that these Amalekites talk about, you know, you are your mother's seed. Where's your mother from? You know what I'm saying? That's the stupidest mess ever, man. Okay? You're the seed of your father. You come through the loins of your father, man. You come out of your father's nuts, man. Okay? There's no life in the womb. Men have to put life in the womb.
That's right.
Okay? Women are vessels, man. Empty vessels.
But it says, blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power.
You know that second death to be again. You know when these nukes are set up in this place, man. All right, that's gonna be what's gonna end this war. End this man's kingdom, man.
Yep.
All right.
Fire. Nuclear fire.
All right, and the 2/3 are gonna feel that shame, man, because they're not gonna be able to be there that first 1,000 years, man. all right, to see it built up from the beginning, like the elect are gonna be. All right. At the end of the day, all of Israel is gonna be good. All right, but they're gonna have to face the wrath of the Lord, the wrath of Yahweh Shai.
The whole world got to feel it.
Yeah.
The whole world's gonna feel the wrath of the Lord because the whole earth is gonna shake.
Yeah.
America and Israel is gonna get the worst of it.
Yeah.
Because this place will be utterly destroyed by fire, nuclear fire.
Yeah.
All right, which is what the brother said, the second death. The first death was water. The second is fire. Two cleansing agents, man. You got two cleansing agents. Fire is a way of another way to purify, man.
Yeah.
And the earth right now is polluted. It's polluted with wickedness. The whole earth is literally polluted with Esau's shit, man. And the only way to cleanse that is by fire, man. Okay?
Hey, bro, and at the same time, death is going to be swallowed up in victory as well.
Verse 6.
Okay, because the Lord is going to change the
Oh, a little
elect
bit more now.
in the twinkling of an eye. Okay? There will be no more death. Right? As death is happening, the Lord is going to beam up the elect, and they're going to defeat death at that time.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's a beautiful thing, man. The way the Most High has it lined up, it's like a dance, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful dance, man, and it's a complicated dance.
No.
Okay?
Yeah. It's like you liken up to a play, man. Like any type of movie. Yeah. All right, you know, it's being played, and the Lord is directing everything.
It says, verse 6, blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power, but they shall be priests of the Most High and of Yahweh Shai. They shall reign with him 1,000 years.
Yeah, we're going to be that nation of kings and priests, man. Starting off with the remnants. They're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, man, to establish the kingdom. Just like how they were there at the very beginning. They're going to be there at the beginning of his kingdom. All right? Can you give me that in Romans 8? And sorry, 17.
The book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 17. And if the children then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
All right, so this just comes as part of the glory. All right, when Yahweh Shai comes, all right, on this earth, he's going to receive his glory. All right, but at first he had to suffer the first go around. What do you think this whole test, all these trials, all these tribulations that we're going to be faced with is the point, man? Yahweh Shai is going to try, again, you know, our minds to see how genuine our faith is, man. All right, he's going to put us in situations where, hey, it speaks about that in Revelation 3 and 10. All right, that hour that is coming, the hour of temptation. All right, it's coming to try everybody on this earth. But who is that mainly for? All right, those who are going to pass. All right, and those who are going to pass, it's written of in the Revelation 20. All right, it's also written how he's going to deliver, all right, the elect as well, man. He's going to raise the standard when that flood comes in.
Hey, the servant is not greater than the master.
Okay?
And Yahweh Shai was put through that test by his father.
Yeah.
Okay, he was tested like that. So we're going to be tested as well. And he passed it with flying colors, man.
Yeah.
Okay?
I got a preset. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 1. For as much then as Yahweh Shai has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourself likewise with the same mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin.
Yeah. Hey, this is an open secret, man. None of us told you that it was going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. All right, sure it wasn't with Yahweh Shai. He quoted it himself. The servant is not greater than his master. Yeah. Hey, it said that in Ezra's, right? Second Ezra's, the 7th chapter. That's just ninth. That's just the condition of the battle, man. All right, you know, life is all about, again, hardships, trials. All right? But again, you know, it's all about suffering for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Suffer the right way.
Yeah,
People suffer for the wrong reason.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that suffer and they don't gain nothing from it, man. A lot of 2/3, man, you know, their lives are fucked up. All right, but at the end of the day, man, the Lord is not in their thoughts, man. All right, they're not growing. All right, they may overcome, but it's not for the right reasons, man. All right, some of them are always stuck in that constant state.
Hey, like was it Esdras that said that the Lord could have made us perfect from the beginning?
Yeah.
But He didn't do that, right? Because He wanted us to have something to gauge, you know, righteousness against, man. To really appreciate being righteous, okay? Because if you're good all the time, and you were just good, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't know nothing about that, man. You'd just be a good person.
Yeah.
But if you had bad to compare it to, then you'd be like, oh, man, we're really good. We are really good now.
It's our education.
Yeah, that's right.
Education, right?
Hey, it came out of Joel's mouth, man. Shall we not receive bad as well as the good?
Exactly.
All right, this is all about, again, you know, this is all the learning process pretty much.
Yeah.
Even on the island, every day ain't sunny, you know?
Yeah,
Say that again.
even on the
So even
island,
on the island, every day is not sunny.
Exactly.
you get storms.
Storms,
Yep.
hurricanes,
Yeah,
rain, all of that. Some days it's gonna be perfect, like right now.
yeah,
Perfect weather.
yeah.
They say the buffalo don't, when they see a storm, they don't run away from it. They stay. They go through it because they know that storm passes. So what we're going through is just a storm.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
I got precept. It's 2 Timothy 2:11. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. So if we suffer, we shall also reign with him.
Yeah,
Alright? So that's the only route. You know, you got a destination, you can only take one route.
yeah.
It's the only way to it, man. Straight gate. Second, seventh chapter.
Yeah, yeah, that
Those
was
are the barrels to get to the prize.
Yeah.
What's that movie with Sandra Bullock and they had the blindfolds on?
Oh, Bird Box.
It's like Bird Box. They went through that same route.
Yeah,
All type of hell to get to that final destination, which was like the kingdom, you know?
And in that route, in doing that, we're not trimming our ways, okay, to seek love, man, to be well pleased with these people on this earth. To please people,
If
man.
you're doing that, you're not on the route.
Right,
yeah.
That's not the straight gate.
right.
You ain't got that fear in you. All right. What led Noah to build that ark? He was moved by that fear, man.
Yeah.
All right, to prophesy to the people, man. Because he understood that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Just like we understand that destruction over here, it's going to happen.
Because he didn't see no rain. Had he ever seen rain fall?
No,
He
it
ain't
never happened before.
It never happened, right?
Yeah.
But he believed.
Yeah,
He believed. Like we ain't never seen no 200,000 horsemen come down from the sky.
Yeah.
But we believe it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You got missiles, man. These other nations got nuclear missiles.
yeah,
You can type in what nation have nuclear missiles and they'll tell you. These other nations show both state nuclear missiles. So it's not like you're telling people, oh, America to be destroyed. That's something that you gotta believe because there's missiles out there, man.
yeah. It's within the range of Slovakia. It's within the realm of possibility. All right.
What happened in 1945?
Yeah, the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Good.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. The
Atomic bombs.
Atomic bomb. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Two atomic bombs.
Yeah.
So if they dropping atomic bombs in the 40s, what are they willing to do now?
Yeah.
We just had Israel drop 100 missiles
In
10 minutes?
In 10 minutes. Fucking right.
Lebanon, man? Come on, man. They brought the same people that brought down the fucking towers.
Yeah.
Yup.
What are they gonna do next, man? They're ultimately gonna fucking go to war. It's gonna be a nuclear war.
Yeah. Everybody is eventually gonna get fed up and tired of their shit, man. And we're seeing it, being played out.
Yeah.
Right before our eyes.
Most of them put it in these nations' heart to hate the war.
Yeah.
All right. Most of them put it in your allies, man. To hate America, man. And Israel. You have the whole UN committee all coming together against Israel because they killed a UN peacekeeper, man. You know? So the world sees the problem, man. People see the problem, and it's America and Israel. America being the hammer, and Israel the ones using that hammer. Okay? Yeah, I think I.
And they've been exposed. This last month or so, they've been really exposed, man.
And this is a different era now. Like the brother was talking about, they was fighting with atomic energy back then. Now it's nuclear energy.
I got it.
Go ahead, get that.
This is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. It says, "For every battle the warrior is with confused noise." It says, "And garments rolled in blood, but they shall be with burning and the fuel of fire."
Exactly. This is a whole nother era, man.
Yeah.
Right? It ain't gonna be no hand. It's gonna be a little hand-to-hand comeback, but
Yeah.
it ain't gonna be like it was back in the day. That's all where they was fighting hand-to-hand. You know, King David slaying 10,000 men. You know, no. Lord, this is the Lord's war, man. This is His war. This is His. He created the smith to blow the coal to bring forth an instrument for His destruction, man.
Yeah.
He created the wasters to destroy.
It's
And
called the weapons of the Lord's indignation.
That's it.
Yup. It was wrath.
And that's how you know we're at the end now.
Yep.
See, we got a few more prophecies before the nukes go off.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the world don't know that.
Gone.
They think this shit about to jump. Well, it is gonna jump,
They're anxious.
but it ain't gonna be the nukes. It's gonna
Right.
be the crash of the global economy, famine. All right, civil unrest.
Pestilence.
Say it again.
Pestilence.
Pestilence.
Yeah.
The fall of the petrodollar.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
this
gonna
thing.
bring in a new system. One world government.
Yep. And it's all happening fast too.
It's happening.
Look how you know we almost in the middle of April already. What? We
About-
just
about to
got
pay
it.
rent again, man.
Huh?
About to pay rent again.
About to
Oh,
pay
today's
rent
date.
again. Huh?
Today's date. Okay.
11th, man, already.
You have to check, huh?
Got Sunday, I'll be 11 tomorrow.
Wow. I mean, 11 or 12.
I got a precept. It's Isaiah chapter 10, verse 7. Howbeit, he meaneth not so, neither do his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few. And that's Esau Edom. He wants to cut off these nations, man. Alright? You see what Israel's doing to these other nations for the great Israel project.
Yeah.
Alright, doing it means what? Doing it means war. Doing away of violence through a sword.
He's got a red horse that took that peace away from the earth, man. Alright, you know, this man, if it were up to him, you know, he'd try to extinct nations, man.
Yep. He tried to extinct.
He tried to extinct.
Psalms
Yeah.
83. Making the name of Israel no more remembrance.
So, you know what I'm saying? Before he went back on his use, making all these threats. Talking about he give him 48 hours. Talking about he gonna wipe him off from what did he say?
Oh, right.
Wipe him back to the Stone Age.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
He basically saying he's gonna wipe him out.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, they might throw a new. I was thinking he might just nuke.
Nah, he backed out, man.
Yeah.
This dude like playing chicken.
That-
But
that's-
it's all a theater of war, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got another one.
This is prolonging this thing to where it's gonna further fuck up their lives over here, man.
Yeah. It's already happening in other countries, man. And it's gonna get much, much more worse here. Alright?
This is Psalms 58:1. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yeah, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing Esau weighing his violence with his sword on the earth, man. Disrupting world peace. Okay? Bringing war, bringing death, bringing chaos everywhere he goes, man. Okay? So how do you think he's gonna bring the great reset? How do you think he's gonna be the new world? Do you think he's doing away with peace? Alright guys, it's gonna change. You know, everyone's gonna have to take a chip now. You know, nah man, he's gonna do it in a way of violence, man.
Order out of chaos, right?
Right. That's why it says in Revelation 12, he shall come down with great wrath. Okay? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Isn't there a quote from one of these devils about not letting a crisis
A good crisis go to waste. Don't let a good crisis go to waste.
But the thing is, they create the crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get a real reaction.
And Esau has.
They knew,
They
they knew when they was fucking with Iran that they would pose the strength. They knew that, man.
Yeah.
These are look, it's America, man. They got the greatest technology, supposedly, right? The great military. They got a bunch of advisors. before you go to war, like it says in Sirach, the 10th chapter, you don't go to war unless you consider if you have enough men for the battle.
Oh, yeah, same
So-
with Luke. Yeah.
So they count the cost.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why they went to Iran. It's not for to protect American people. There's a reason behind it. There's a plan. And at least they have a bunch of plans, man. They can bring this new order. They could go to plan A, plan B, plan C. They could do this, they could do that. All right, and this is one of their plans, man. Because they want to crash the whole economy. They want to create a whole new world order.
15-minute cities.
Yeah.
And they got all these goddamn data centers. I heard Jake saying last night that
Those AI data centers.
yeah, the data centers are like built like concentration camps.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
And it's interesting.
They're size of like 10 Walmarts.
Yeah, here we are in this artificial energy crisis. Yet those centers, man, they use a whole lot of that energy.
Water.
All that water as well.
And
Yeah.
gas, bro.
And all of this is being set up by the Lord, you know,
Yeah.
to usher in Jacob's troubles, man. Okay.
It's crazy. They use water for AI. They don't use water for our car. Water could be used to power our cars and shit.
It's not about that. It's
Yeah.
about making money off of it. You know, every citizen. You know, it's thousands of people that made, not thousands, but people have created water running cars. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happened to them? They kill them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this gas price. Really, gas should have been like gone up when the last oil shipment came to America. But everyone all of a sudden they just as soon as the war started, gas went up. So how much gas prices for gas went up $5. But that was gas from the old shipment that came from here. All right, they should have really started raising up gas in the last shipment. And it takes a long time for the ships to come over here, man. If you go into it, they travel of the speed of a bike, man, like 15 miles per hour. The boats, you know. So this is all systematically designed, man.
They're cutting America off from the world.
Yeah.
Huh.
Damn.
They're cutting America off from the world.
Yeah.
Because everything's imported. So they cut this place off. Like nothing's coming in.
Yeah.
Shit that's in the store, that's it. Ain't nothing coming, man. So, God, we need the Lord, man.
Yeah, we need. Yep.
So what is that going to be?
Famine.
There you go.
That's destitution.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Desolation.
Chaos.
Because you got everybody here. Every nation is fucking here, man. Especially these wild ass Jakes, they here, man.
Yup.
You wild ass Israelites, you are here. On the East Coast, you wild ass Puerto Ricans, you wild ass Haitians, you are here. Motherfuckers gonna be having machetes, guns.
It's gonna be a bloodbath, man.
You already got niggas in gangs. You gonna have gangs going up streets and shit. You know? Gangs gonna be coming together. You know, just like in prison.
Yeah.
They come together according to their race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna be, man. You saw like you can get rid of these niggers.
They gonna turn the power off too, man. That's gonna do it right there.
I got a precept. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. I start at 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Ezra saw the vision of this place being destroyed, man. He saw the end of it. All right, and he had that understanding that he was going to come back and be in those days, man.
Yeah.
All right, further showing you that reincarnation is in the scriptures. Ezra.
It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, beginning of famine.
That's where we at, man.
Yup.
Beginning of sorrows and great mournings. People think they're going through it now. You ain't seen nothing yet, man.
See nothing.
Everything that we see over there in the Middle East, it's gonna come here, man.
But it's gonna hit hard over
Way
here.
hard.
Yeah,
Why?
it's gonna shock
Because
people.
they used to that shit. Hey, when bombs going off over there, they just walking around like, yeah, man. So you know, today we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that and shit. And a bomb just went off 20 feet from them and shit. Okay, they ain't running scared. But that's how it's gonna be over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember working graveyard shifts and block away or someone shooting. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm in my car, I'm in my car, I see these ladies, they fucking immediately got out the car, ran inside. People are not used to that violent shit. They're not used to hearing gunshots,
They used to
man.
it in the ghettos.
Hey, you ain't gonna be no question. Are those fireworks or gunshots? Someone put on the ring or neighborhood. Hey, was those fireworks or gunshots?
Yeah.
And you don't know what those are, man.
And you're going to be seeing the plagues as well, man. All right, there's going to be famine, pestilation. There's going to be apparitions, man.
Hey, people in America are not used to uncomfortability.
Yeah.
They're used to comfort, man. They're used to.
Not having a shower, not having a flush the toilet.
Yeah. Running water.
Oh no! Take a shit in the forest using shovels.
A lot of people are depending on medicine.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of people are going
lot.
to die off that.
Hey, more than we know.
Yeah.
I think they say 70% of Americans
Oh,
are
yeah.
on medication.
Hey, your asthma.
Yeah.
And what was the first thing they went? They didn't go for the food. Well, they split. The wife went for the food, and the husband went to go get the asthma medicine, man.
Having that shit down.
Hey, how can you not? 70% of Americans cannot be on medicines and drugs and all that shit when the food.
Hey, Shalom.
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 Yeah, Bashem Shabbat.
How about Shema Shabbat?
When the food is not even food.
Yeah.
It's GMOs.
Lab made.
Okay, lab made meats,
Yeah.
lab made food, everything, vegetables, everything. It's not even food, so you're not getting any nutrition. And they spread. Look, I was talking about they spread it. Look, they spread us right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
They got to. About to rain and shit. And again,
Yeah.
you know,
So how can we not be sick over here, man?
Yeah.
When everything is aimed at killing you, man.
Esau is designed that way.
Bringing it to an end.
That's it.
There'll be no flesh to be saved.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody will be dead out here, man. And then he didn't mention the frequencies that's hitting
Oh,
us.
shit.
Technology, the phone.
Frequencies is fucking us up probably more than the food.
Yeah, bro. Having the phone in your pocket
Have to have it.
is melting your
For a
testosterone.
week without your phone.
Yeah.
A lot of bills ain't gonna get paid.
Nah,
You ain't gonna see a lot of news.
It's great.
Hey.
That just feels great, bro.
Week without your phone.
No, like a few days without it feels great. Yeah.
So, hey, the apostle say, you miss one day, you miss a lot.
I know. That's true. That's facts.
Too much going on.
I know.
You can't keep up with everything.
Yeah.
You need a, I don't want to say community, but you know what I mean. You need brothers to share information because you can't catch everything.
Yes, it's a
And
lot.
it's just like when they stopped remember they get that food stamp stop. They stopped the
Oh
food
yeah,
stamp.
that was about to.
Yeah. And what did they do? What did the women do, man?
They started
went crazy,
panicking.
man.
They started panicking, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why.
No one's even talking about how it's a government shutdown right now.
Yeah.
The
That's
government's been shut down. Like they're not even talking about that.
everyone forgot about the Epstein files again.
Yeah, they're bringing it up themselves and shit. Yeah. Crazy.
Now they're talking about the USPS is not going to be,
Delivering mail anymore.
delivering mail. They don't have the money. They don't have the funds.
Shit, got
This place is closing fast.
just like
man.
Rome, man. Rome.
Just like we see from 2020, we see all these stores closed
Yeah.
and never opened up again.
Yeah.
Okay, that's America, man. That's the whole of America.
Bro, a lot of stores are closing, bro.
Yeah.
I went down Sherman Way and I'm like, God, I haven't been there like for a street. I haven't been there for a long time, bro. Everything's closed. Bank of America, opened my bank was closed. The 99-cent store, they opened the Dollar Tree, they closed that shit down. So there's a lot of shit that's closing.
I went to the Crenshaw Mall, and it's been closing. But the last time, I hadn't been there in like 5 months, and I went in there. Yeah, Baldwin Hills, bro. That thing is completely
Dead,
They're
man.
completely dead now.
Yeah.
Okay, Bath and Body Works. That's the only place I can Bath and Body Works.
They're closing.
Yeah, it was booming, man. They fixed it up. It's nice, it's clean. Okay. But
Hey,
Foot Locker closed. Foot Locker closed. What?
y'all want some good deals? Go to Grocery Outlet, man. They're closing that shit down.
Where?
Grocery Outlet.
Oh,
They're closing it down in my outlet where I live. So like everything, the shelf's empty. It went this morning. Everything fucking half empty, you know.
yeah.
Fridays closing.
Rite Aid, yup.
Right.
Walmart's closing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Best Buy still open.
Walmart's, they're going to use those for concentration camps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one in the Crenshaw Mall, it was there.
Walmart?
Huh? Yeah, it was a Walmart in there. It was a Walmart in there. They did close that down.
Yeah, it's easy to build a concentration camp.
Okay.
You know, just
It's big enough for a concentration. That whole mall is big enough for
they
a
can turn
concentration.
schools. They can turn schools into camps or courtrooms. You
All
know,
these establishments, all these buildings, they're going to be burning, man.
Yeah.
just like
It's going to be bad out there.
just like Ontario. You know, you saw that fire.
Oh yeah, it kind of doesn't work there.
Like, man, you ain't paying me enough to live.
Yeah.
So I'm burning this shit down.
You're gonna have a lot of those popping up, man.
All that arson.
Yeah.
You see how these women just walking by casually, they just walking with no care in the world. That's gonna be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a thing of
Why the worst, man?
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of death, man.
all you're gonna be hearing is screaming.
Yeah.
Let me go back to this.
There's a lot of beautiful women out here.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, it's so surprising how so many beautiful women.
I can't have 5. I can't have 5 at least 5. I was just joking.
Can't even get one of these mugs, man, because they own that beauty so
They
much.
walk around like they celebrities. or
Right.
something.
Nah, it's just social media, man. That shit just.
That's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
I hyped up their mind so much. They're not even down to earth no more.
Right.
I was looking at.
Even the fat ones is fucking.
Oh yeah, I was looking at a female fucking Instagram. I'm like, this bitch is overweight. How many fuck? This bitch got. God, bro, all these niggas commenting and shit.
Oh,
Like-
7 foot bad.
Some people are into fat bitches, you know. I'm not a fat bitch.
I am. Shit.
Huh?
None.
I mean, you know.
Just like that you like woman with kind of big red lips but had a kind of like a mustache, dark around the eyes, she's fat in the face. She said,
damn.
no, you can't have a bear unless I get this. I need a man to kind of have. He got to make 6 figures and you know. And they really believe that, man. Okay?
All that talk is gonna be obsolete real soon.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be about money. It's gonna be about survival.
Yeah. A lot of it is just lies that the serpent spread. All right, you know, everybody's gonna get a real reality check real soon, man. All right.
Well, back in 2nd Ezra 16 and 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, beginning of famine and great death. Damn.
Hey, right there, man.
We in those times.
We in those times, man. All right, we're approaching these times real soon.
And what Yahweh Shai said, there should be wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. These are the beginning of sorrows.
Yeah.
This is the beginning. So if this is the beginning, what's the end look like? What's the end gonna be? All right.
But it didn't say just mourning, great mourning, great death,
Yep. More
Great
about it.
family, great family.
great famine, man. That means it's going to
Great.
be exceeding.
There's millions of people, man.
Yeah.
Millions of people. Billions, trillions of people on there.
Yeah.
Put in my back pocket. It says the water. It says the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So what are we gonna do? We gotta trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We're gonna call upon Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai on the God of our salvation. Yeah, because you see these people. You have people that are clueless to what's going on. A lot of them are in Coachella right now.
Yeah.
You got people that are, they know what's happening, but they're clueless that's gonna come here. All right, you have those that they know what's going on, they know what's about to happen here, but they'll tell you, you gotta stock up, you gotta prepare, you gotta have plans. But they never mention the Lord though. They never mention the Heavenly Father and the Son.
Hence,
Right. Because you, no matter how prepared you are, how much shit you got, you cannot save yourself. I had a conversation with this Edomite at work, my old job, and we started talking about some anti-world shit, and he said, you know, it don't matter how much guns you got, how much ammo you have, that's not gonna save you. God ain't with you, man. God gonna, you really can't. You really not gonna make it. God gotta be with you. God gotta, you know, be there, man. You know, some to that matter, some to that sense. He said, God ain't with you, can't save yourself. All right? Which,
Lord is with you, it's still gonna be hard.
right.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be hard.
Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
All right. And who's that he, man? All right, that's going into the elect. The 144,000 and their families, the 1/3. All right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he's coming to save his son.
Yeah.
All right?
People got to be saved.
Yeah.
You know, they got to people got to be saved to rebuild the nation. You know, it's just a lot of people are going to die, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Like a wave compared to a drop. You know, it
A
says
lot
in
of
Scripture.
people. Death everywhere we fucking go. You might stumble upon a house, you smell death. Like, yeah, somebody died here.
Yeah.
You know?
He like really had to put the scarf on.
Yeah,
Oh,
so much
yeah.
death, man. And we're not used to that. You know, none of us used to seeing death. There's bodies laying out everywhere, man. People hung themselves, children lying in the
They
street.
showed me that in the last of the season too, man. All right, you know, it was that pregnant lady going through those corpses that were hung. Our people aren't used to that shit, bro.
They seen death.
Yeah. Smelling it, being engulfed in it.
Hey, you read Jeremiah 30:6 says, man, they're gonna be so afraid they have their hands upon their loins.
Yeah.
You know? So it just shows you that what's coming is gonna be horrible. And this is not fear mongering. Alright? This is the truth. This is what's coming.
This is the warning, man.
Yeah, this is the warning.
Yeah.
This is the warning that you people should hear to get your mind right with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to be delivered from what's coming, man.
Yeah, newscaster said a storm is coming, a hurricane is coming. Is he fear mongering?
Nah, he's
I'm
telling.
telling you the truth, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we doing, telling you the plans of the Lord.
People don't want to hear that. They want to hear the smooth things.
Yeah, you have these other camps saying we shouldn't be worried about all this stuff that we're saying, that we shouldn't even be talking about. All right, martial law is in the scriptures. That's Jacob's trouble. They go hand in hand.
What the Lord shall speak, we shall relay the message.
Yeah.
What He has written,
The Lord has spoken, who can go prophesy?
God. The Lord has spoken, but who can but prophesy, man? The Lord said He's going to do these things. Bring great judgment, bring great death, famine. So we have to prophesy about it. Warn people. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion. Sound the alarm upon my holy mountain. Okay?
Whether they shall hear or forbear. All right, this word is going to get out here either way. Yeah.
It's going to be so great because Americans over here, they have it so great, man. Even the bums over here have it great because they can go to a garbage can and find somebody's food that they left there and shit, and go eat.
Or just have a sign. Out of 100 people, there'll be somebody that'll give you some money, buy you food.
Okay? But when things get bad out here, okay, these people are so used to having it good, all right, to whereas they just gonna totally lose it. Their brain is gonna go into shock.
Yeah.
Okay? They're going to go into shock, man. It's just gonna be another world out here, man.
Yeah.
A whole nother world.
Because these people are so used to everything being handed to them. Okay? How the hell you can go just take a food stamp card and go get groceries?
Yeah.
Okay? That's how easy they got it over
What
here.
you get?
The main ones on
Jake.
You know, Edomites.
Edomites.
Oh,
Okay?
Hey, it's so easy. You don't want to go grocery shopping and buy food. You can have it sent to your house.
Right? Exactly.
The convenience of that, you know?
Yeah. And then even the convenience of breaking in the store and going to get the stuff out of the store. But when there's nothing to break into, there's no food left.
Yeah.
Okay? Those things happen. I've seen that happen before.
turn on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when
That's what's
there's chaos, when there's a great emergency, people what? You have a thing called panic buying. People just buy up everything, man, not giving a fuck, you know, that they took a lot. They have like 20 cases of water, and not caring about the other person. They're just caring about themselves, man.
The neighbors can see, if you got all that water, the neighbors see you bringing that in. Whether you're in a house or an apartment, they see you bringing all that food in. You're probably showing it online like a bunch of dumbass people
Bro,
are.
yeah. I see this.
So a lot of people
Yeah.
they're gonna get smart. They're gonna be like, you know what? Just like they did in these movies, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we know this guy down the street, blah blah blah. And they gonna come for you, man.
That's
It's gonna
why
be a fucking war on that block.
you got Doomsday Prepper. When I used to watch that show, he's prepping by stealing other people's prep. That's how he's gonna prep. It's by taking other people's shit. He ain't gonna prep like just buy. He gonna wait and take it all for himself, man.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. You let other people do the hard work, then you come take it.
The rest of the stores, you're gonna have people waiting outside. You go in there, they'll get all this shit, buy it, put your money, you come out to your car and take that shit.
They ain't even
Or
talk.
they might just gun you down right there and take your car.
Yeah.
Dip off to their house. It's gonna get fucking bad, man.
That's why you need the Lord.
And then someone might kill him and fucking
It's not gonna end.
Yeah, come on.
gonna shoot up the car don't start. You gotta it's bad, man.
Yeah. But he shall be saved out of it.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why it's imperative to seek the Lord while he may be found.
Seek him.
Okay?
That's gonna be scarcity. You're gonna be shivering and not shivering, but you know, you're gonna be in them ships like, oh shit.
It speaks about the remnant being affrighted, yeah.
Yeah,
If we didn't have them new bodies, we'll be so traumatized.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
It's gonna be an entire lake of fire.
I remember I was a little kid. I was in the ghetto. I was at a party. I was outside just chilling. I seen this dude come up, put his knife, put a guy, about to stab him to death. Like, what the fuck going on here? And he looked at me, he smiled, and I went inside. I was literally traumatized for like 10 minutes. I didn't say nothing. My parents were like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Huh? Yeah. It was in the hood, bro. I don't know what city it was. I don't remember, but just that, yeah, I was traumatized off that. Like,
Yeah.
dude got stabbed. Or probably owed him some money or some shit. Yeah,
And that was back then when shit wasn't even rough.
yeah. That was
Okay?
Well, I mean, shit, what year was that?
a long time, bro. That was,
Yeah, that was probably early 2000s.
yeah, 2000.
I mean, compared to what
Hey.
time, you know?
But like, you have people that are first responders, policemen, firemen, paramedics, doctors, nurses. They gotta deal with all the traumatic shit, death, seeing bodies and shit, seeing people's last moment and hearing their last words. You gotta have some type of mind. But the death that's coming, they can't even handle. They're not gonna be able to handle it, man. That's gonna bug them out.
Your loved ones dying.
Yeah.
It's gonna be them dying. It's a whole other ballgame when it's your little girl dying.
Yep. Just like the police, they gonna give up their badge and they shit. They gonna
They
get that
don't,
shit.
they don't even want to be known that they're police officers.
Exactly. So the
Hey, 'cause
doctors,
being a-
there ain't gonna be no doctors there to take them to the emergency room. It ain't gonna be none of that,
The
man.
hospitals gonna be packed, bro.
Hospitals are shutting down right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can have hospitals that be overcrowded, man.
They don't have funding, and they don't have staffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doctors, they gonna be trying to worry about their own life, trying to keep their food in their belly and shit, trying to keep their families
Pretty
fed.
soon, ain't nobody gonna go to work, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
With the way prices are rising, you gonna have to make a decision. Man, do I need to go to work today? That's
Fuck that. Then you got people that live hours away.
what I'm saying. People gonna have to think like, yeah, if I go to work, I ain't gonna have enough. You know,
how they gonna get to work with gas is $25 a gallon?
$10 a gallon. It's gonna be pointless.
Yeah.
You get that shit, you gonna have to put gas in the car. It's gonna be $200 for your gas tank.
Jake got V8s and shit.
I got $200 for a gas tank.
A Hellcat. You got the Hellcat, right? You got your G-Wagon you want to show off. Okay.
Big ass trucks.
Yeah.
Them big
Yeah.
ass trucks need a lot of gas.
Yeah.
I
Even the
mean-
electric cars, they need electricity. Okay?
They're gonna have an energy lockdown.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to preserve energy. So they might do away with these charging stations. They might take those away.
Yep.
I got precinct. We saw Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14. It says, "The great day of the Lord, it is near, and hasteth greatly." All right, we see it closely approaching. All right. It says, "Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly." again, men whose mentality you thought was solid, man.
Yeah.
All right, when it goes into these veterans, these UFC fighters, all these different strong men.
Yeah, they may be solid dudes.
Yeah.
Don't not put off the work that they put in.
Yeah.
Not to put off what the sacrifice they did, the shit they have to go through. But what's coming, you can't compare that, man. You're gonna cry bitterly. All right, because they're gonna lose their loved ones.
Yeah.
You know.
They're gonna go through their own drama. All right, like it speaks about Revelation 9. All right, when it speaks about World War I and them soldiers experiencing the shell shock, man. How they wish I forget how it goes. They were
some seek death.
They will want to seek death but shall not find it, man. All right, that same trauma that they went through is going to be that much more magnified when it comes here, man. All right, because like the brother said, it's a time like no other. All right?
People gonna have it the worst. The Edomites, man.
Yeah.
They already crying on the internet, bro. They crying.
Yeah. They're crying. They can't take no type of affliction. That's why when they had all the market crash in the 1920s, all right, a lot of them off themselves, man.
So we got the suicide bridge.
Yeah, that suicide, exactly.
And fence all that shit up.
Yeah. Because, man, they can't handle tribulation, affliction. All right, they're not built like Jake. But even then, Jake is gonna, man, they're gonna crumble in that day that's coming.
I got that scripture quoted.
Oh, okay.
It's Revelation 9:6. In those days shall men seek death, shall not find it, should desire to die, and death shall flee from them.
And we understand that goes back in World War I about the trenches, the gases that were used,
man,
all that shell shock.
Man, what's that? Outpost? No, the first.
TV series?
No, the movie. It's all quiet in the Western Front. So they're in World War I, in the trenches, and they and you see a man with covered guys with flamethrower burning your ass up alive, man. Tanks, they never seen tanks being crushed to death, man. To endure all that, man, that's PTSD to a whole nother level.
Yeah, to come back home after seeing all that shit fucks you up. All right, what do you think is gonna happen when this place is invaded? All right, when you're suffering through pestilence, famine, all right, scourges, man. All right, when the nukes are about to hit this place, man.
People in America, they never experienced that, man. They never experienced that type of chaos, the type of death ever in their life.
Yeah, like how it's not Salakia. It's gonna be like it tells you.
I got another scripture. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3. Let's see. Salakia, wait, my bad.
Hey, it's gonna be terrible. Like it just came back to me. How this place is referred to as a virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, they can't handle what these other countries have gone through.
Yep.
All right, it's gonna hit them all at once as well.
Yep. What happens to a virgin?
Hey, it gets popped, man.
What happens? What's the pop?
Bleeds a lot.
Bleeding.
Yeah.
He bleeds. This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 15. This is the rejoicing city that dwelleth carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, there's none beside me. How is she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in? Everyone that passes by her shall hiss and wag his hand.
See, no one's thinking about this coming destruction that's coming. All right, like the brother just pointed out, those them women that passed by, they was just carelessly walking around, man.
It's a careless city, man.
Yeah.
You got people waiting 3 a.m. in the Coachella line, man.
Yeah.
And these times you're in now with the way the economy is, you spend all that money on a stupid concert, man.
Yeah.
To freak off and commit all sorts of wickedness, man. It's careless. They're careless, man. Like, if you're paying attention to what's going on, you're like, I should save my money.
Yeah.
I should, not be going out anymore. We're in some troubling times. But people are not thinking. They're careless. They see what's happening around the world. They don't think that it's ever going to come here in America. They don't think that they're never gonna suffer the loss of children. All right, what they see, the Middle Eastern children, people being bombed. They don't think that's gonna happen over here, man. You know?
Hey, the thing that's happening, what was it happening today? They said that they have to have a biometric phone now.
Mexico.
For the gas,
Is it Mexico?
purchase gas, right?
Okay.
Buy gas and use the toll.
Biometrics, facial.
Oh, UK?
Yeah. Recognition. You have to have that in order to have a telephone. Okay. And they said they're gonna try to do that before June 30th over here.
Done.
Okay.
Yeah, things are done gradually. It's done while you people are distracted. Laws are in place, laws are passed. People don't know about you. People don't know about it. So when it happens, right? People gonna be caught off guard, man. Okay, why there's no more cash? Why can't I use my original ID? Okay.
Those things are happening. They're coming now. Everything is coming fast now, you know. Though it tarry, wait for it.
It will
It
surely
will not
come.
tarry. Okay? These prophecies are jumping off the page right now. Okay, a book, you don't read a book, the last chapter. You don't read it, just keep on reading it night after night. Okay, at some point it's going to end.
Yeah.
This scripture's going to end, man. And the kingdom of heaven is going to come into play. Right? We're at the end.
I got it for you. It's the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, "But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." All right, you know, and why is that? Because we're constantly watching and seeing that, and it's a very apparent, you know, as we see in the news, man. What is going on is shaping to be the end. It says for verse 2, "For yourselves know perfectly that that day of the Lord shall cometh as a thief in the night."
Yeah, surely there's no time.
Yeah,
There's no exact time.
yeah,
We can see that we're fastly approaching. It really is imminent. It can happen at any moment.
yeah.
So there's no exact time but to tell you this is gonna happen. The Lord's gonna return. It's gonna happen, but we don't know the exact time. We know that it's very near.
Like
It could be
says in,
tomorrow.
Yeah, like you can't.
Oh, you know,
They introduced that device, man. It could be the very next day, the next coming
or
month.
the economy crashes the next day.
Yeah,
I mean, when Israel, and I woke up for the morning seeing all this notification. Oh shit, Israel fucking America just bombed Iran.
yeah,
While you're sleeping,
yeah.
you know, because what happened? Yeah,
February 28th.
I remember waking up and there was a hack on the airline systems,
Oh yeah.
and no one could fly that day, man. And that was the news I received as soon as I woke up. You know, so things happen. This day can happen at any time, at any moment. Right.
That's why it says that in Matthew's, blessed is that servant that is found so doing. Man. All right, because it can happen at any moment.
Yeah, you may not be at home, or you may be somewhere.
I think a brother, I didn't see a brother had a dream about that.
Yeah, you could.
He was all alone.
You may, you know.
Which we're never all alone, but it could very well play out like that.
And what Yahweh Shai said, two are grinding in the mill, and one shall be left and the other taken.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? So you don't know that they're gonna come as a thief in the night. You're not gonna be waiting in your house. You can be at work and shit, the fan, and you gotta travel, go to your house, try to go, you know, go where you have to go. You know? Something that may take you an hour, it might take you 3 days to get there because it's so bad. You have to run from this, hide from this, escape from this. You know, you may have to camp out.
Yeah.
You know?
And when you get to your house, all your shit is gone. Somebody broke in and got it. Okay?
God. That's why we just gotta.
Serious, man.
Yeah. So many scenarios we can play in our head, but we just gotta trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because we don't know exactly what we're gonna be put through in that moment. We don't know exactly what we're gonna be put through in that day. We just gotta be ready for whatever. Alright? You can't just be thinking about this, I'm gonna do this. It's like, this happens, do that, have a plan for everything. just gotta trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's our ultimate plan for everything. It's Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
You have to because it says a time like never before.
Right.
So you don't know what to expect because it ain't never happened before.
Yeah.
How can you expect something that ain't never happened?
You can't prepare for that.
You can't prepare for that, man.
Yeah.
We can only spiritually prepare for it.
That's
Exactly.
Spiritually,
Yeah.
yep.
With the Lord.
Knowledge of wisdom, stability shall be stability of our times.
Yeah. You can't overthink it. You can't, like that brother was saying, you can't just overly think it. All right, focus on what is lost. That's why Lot's wife was that example, man. All right, she was looking back. All right, and what was gonna get burnt up, man. She didn't want to leave, man.
She had everything that Lot gave her. She had a nice land, house, she was very rich. She was going to a place of uncertainty.
Yeah.
She didn't know what was going to happen after. She didn't know what her life was going to be. She had no faith. She didn't trust her husband. But nah, man, the angel you telling me the angel grabs you up and teleports you out the city. Your ass still gonna look back.
And that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, gone. And that's why she's the ultimate example of not to be. The only way is forward.
Yeah, that's
All
what-
right, through Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man.
So Yahushua said that. Remember Lot's wife.
Yeah.
She got turned into a pillar of salt. You know?
Shortly after that, he said, anyone looking back is not fit.
Oh, for
Not
the
fit
kingdom.
for the kingdom.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of men that came into this to look back for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I did a lesson on this. Lot was a rich man. So rich that him and Abraham couldn't dwell together because they had great substance. Their servants were fighting amongst each other. So Lot lived in went to Sodom. Lot had a reason. He had everything. He had a reason to turn back, to look back. You know? We don't have nothing. There's nothing for us in this world.
Yeah, you're right about
Everything in this world that we have is temporary and it's really not all, man. It's ass. But what is there to look back to, man? Okay, our food is poison, our woman is ass. We got work. You know, we don't work. We miss a day of work. What is there to look back to, man? This world is shit, man. Okay? We're in slavery, yeah. And you got
Over
Jake.
here, we have no continuing city, man.
Ah,
All right? Go ahead. Yeah, my bad.
no. You're good.
Hey, back, man, you're a homosexual.
Yeah.
Back ass world.
Yeah. You're part of that generation that fucking the Lord had to destroy in the wilderness, man.
Because they were looking back into Egypt, man.
Yeah.
They were remembering their lives in captivity. Like, oh,
I don't remember my life, man.
shit.
Yeah.
Before the truth, brother. Like, what the fuck did I used to think about? I don't know, man.
Shit.
You know?
This isn't truly living, man.
Pure folly, man.
Yeah.
You know, like I always said, it was dead end. It was darkness, man.
Yeah. When you peek into these other people's lives, man, it's all a bunch of bullshit.
Vain, bro.
It's all vain.
And then when you consider what Yahweh went through, how can we go back?
Yeah. Exactly.
Put
Yahweh
'em-
suffered, man. You talk
Exactly.
about Yahweh, man. Not just any man.
Yeah.
You're talking about Yahweh suffered for our sins.
Yeah.
Our sins.
Talking about the
So we have to hold on to this thing and
Yeah.
move forward, no matter what happens, man.
Yeah.
You have to, man. You'll put them to open shame if you don't do that.
Yeah.
Only thing these people got, especially the men of this world, only thing they think about, hey, did you get that game last night?
Man, this is I haven't watched.
That shit is whack. That's whack.
And like I start watching NFL like that. And I already know they're gonna have this team. Everything's rigged, you know. It's not real. Sports is, it's like.
Get past the racism, bro. Now you can see the racism in everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, man, fuck this shit, man.
This shit is pure racism.
It's racism and all of this shit, man.
Yup.
Everything, bro.
Like how they did Deion Sanders' son.
What they do now?
Bro, this guy's the number one fucking pick. What is it, fifth draft? What is it?
Well, 144 though.
I know, but I'm saying like
Round 5.
Round 5.
The draft.
Number 1. But they're just trying to punish Deion Sanders.
Right,
You know, he's that dude.
right.
You know?
But then also when he got drafted, the coach didn't want him to play, bro. The coach was downsizing him, bro.
I'm saying that's racism, right? The devils in the NFL, all of these devils really.
Even the NBA. That's That's why Michael Jordan tried to buy the Bulls. Like, man, one of the ain't buy no Bulls.
That's why when it was time for Scotty to make a little more money, they want to pay him more, bro. After all the championships, they would not even increase his pay. He getting the same pay before he became a champion.
Yeah.
Same pay. It's like, god damn, dog. There's racism all throughout the shit, man.
Everything.
The music industry.
Yeah.
Super racist. These fucking rats.
That shit, they would come and steal your song. All these songs back in the day and shit that you hear, they beat up. The Jake had already put that song out. Now they come and put it out.
Look
Now
at what they're doing with K-pop.
exactly
They
same
taking
shit.
all them Jake songs and doing different renditions of it.
Right,
That covers, yeah.
Like they fucking crazy.
Yeah.
right.
Get the hell out of here.
What is it? The Beach Boys.
Oh, yeah.
I roll around here, get around. All them shits, and that be Jake songs. And now they go and take it, and now they sell millions of records and stuff. And they even don't give Jake even the money
Money.
for the publishing because he wrote it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay?
They
They don't get nothing. And if you say too much, they'll go and murk your ass.
Look at
Exactly.
look at all the great music Teddy Riley made. He don't get paid for all that music.
Oh,
And this is out of his brain.
yep.
You know? This is his gift. All they gotta do is come behind him and collect all the money.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's that robbery.
This shit is crazy.
That shit crazy.
This is Luke 17 and 32. Remember Lot's wife. All right.
Luke 17?
Yeah, in 32. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. And see, Lot had a life. All right, they had great riches, and
That one for a minute.
Right.
They had them daughters.
Yeah.
right. But as soon as it was time to let go, Lot was willing to let go. He took heed. Lot's wife, she wasn't willing to let go, man.
That's why it's lingered.
Cause they didn't leave with their substance. They just left. They had no time, bro. The Lord was going to destroy Sodom that minute, man. So they had no time to gather up the things and fucking go, man. They probably could have carried with the cat, but it said they just grabbed him and took him out. He lingered, man. You know, so
Just like you say though, Lot had substance.
yeah,
So
better.
that means his wife had substance.
Yeah, just
you know
like-
he treated her nice and she had all types of good shit. And she ain't gonna leave none of that shit behind.
It's like Job. Job's wife. Job had great substance. That's why when she saw Job was going through the persecution, and she told Job, just curse the Lord and die. You know?
That's how you know they're the weaker vessels, man. Alright? Because, you know, like we said earlier on, without vision, the people they perish, man. They can't envision the broader picture.
Right.
Alright?
And that's why the Lord got a cold spirit on us, friend, about these women, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we'll dwell with them accordingly. But time when they go off and shit, we like, flip you, man. Get out of here. We don't need you.
Yeah.
We don't need these women, man. Because they ain't nothing about nothing but themselves, man.
What does a woman do? She don't do nothing for, man.
Yeah. Hey, they're not going to be the ones that bring the nation back.
The men are.
All right, the men are.
We do need women though.
Just bring headaches, man.
Yeah.
And chaos.
Fucking headache, man.
The days
Bringing the opposite. She's supposed to bring your head down when you
I
come home.
bet you'll do some shit for you when she want to do it.
Yeah.
She's not going to do it when she don't want to do it.
Right.
So what kind of servants are you bitches? It's a bunch of selfish hoes.
Yeah, serving themselves.
They only want to clean up when they want to clean up. Cook when they want to cook. Fuck out of here.
don't get them mad. They get mad. They stop doing what they used to do for you. That's real love. Like it's like the everybody hates Chris, right? His wife might be mad, but she's still cooking his lunch, cooking his dinner. That don't stop. It's because I'm mad. You know.
Same thing with our relationship with the Lord, man. We might be going through it, but throughout, hey, we're supposed to praise you. How about Shemay Shah?
All right, that's
do
right.
what we can.
But yeah, man,
Like
that was
Job said,
yeah. I was gonna,
though
let me
he
get it.
slay me, I will maintain my trust in him.
Job chapter. Let me get this.
You have a bad day, you still gotta go to work.
Yeah,
Got to.
You still gotta do a lesson.
you got to do the work.
You still gotta hit the highways.
It said
Yeah.
naked came out of me.
Women don't look at it like that. It's conditional with women.
Yes.
You know?
Women base their happiness of things that they're going through and what they have in their life.
I feel.
Yeah.
I feel. Fuck your feelings, bitch.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me get this real quick. It says, Job chapter 1 verse 20 says, Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. And he worshipped. After some bad news after bad news after bad news, he didn't. He immediately went down and worshipped, man. He gave praise to Yahweh Shai. Just like what you said. Even through the bad, you praise Yahweh Shai. That's all we could do. Because it shows that the Lord's dealing with us, right? God. It said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord had taken away. Blessed, all right, Barak God, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, blessed be the name of the Lord. And all this Job said not, nor charged the Most High foolishly. All right, so through his affliction, he did not curse the Lord. He praised him. Okay?
You know?
It's like, what's that? The Terminator. You seen that one?
Terminator was one.
Terminator list.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
Dark Wolf.
No, I haven't seen it.
Damn. He got prime. But the Terminator list, he lost his family. He lost
Oh, damn.
his wife. His kids got killed. And he was just talking. He was like, I feel like a dude. He was talking to his friend. He was talking about Job. And he mentioned Job. How Job was how God made a bet with Satan against Job. And Job didn't break. Satan tried to break Job, but Job didn't break. God's like, well, I'm not Job, you know. But we have we have this account for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, there's a book of Job for a reason. We have different accounts of men suffering and how they endured and what they did. Okay, and everything written aforetime is meant for our learning.
That's right. Yeah.
To give us hope, like, okay, Job went through this and he endured, I could endure this. Yahweh Shai suffered this, Yahweh Shai went and endured, I could do it. Because, hey, Yahweh Shai, it's like it says in Hebrews 2nd chapter.
Amen. He was in that same flesh like we were.
God.
He was tested beyond, hey, he was the one that the most tested. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so,
You don't know how strong you are.
yeah,
You know what you take. The Lord does.
that's right. Apostle Paul wrote that in the book of 1 Corinthians 10. All right, the Lord knows what you're able to bear.
That's why the Lord said too, he would not put on you more than you.
Yeah, that's the one quoted. Yeah.
Okay, so whatever he's putting on you, just know you can take it. He ain't putting on nothing on you that you know what, this gonna break him right here. Put that on him.
No.
He ain't doing
You're
that.
not believing that.
Yeah.
Now, in the military, that's what they try to do. They try to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna break under pressure. If you're the elect, the hopeful elect, you're gonna pray to the Lord. You're gonna trust in the Lord.
Exactly.
Yeah, always.
You're gonna go to the Lord for strength.
I got Hebrews chapter 2, verse 14. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh, we are the children, we're the sons of God. And the Lord gave us, put us in this flesh, right? It says, for as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same. Now he's Yahweh Shai. Okay?
He did it perfectly, man. Then when he came down as Yahweh Shai. All right, yeah, again, he was in the same flesh, the same blood. And yet his whole life, man, he was that perfect sacrifice. What?
That through death he might destroy him that had power of death, and that is the devil, and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. Right, because the Lord's going to deliver us out of these bodies, out of death, man. out of this flesh. The scripture says that we're in the chains of darkness. This is what these bodies is these chains that is holding us, man. But Yahweh Shah is going to free us from that. It says, for verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to the Most High, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people.
That's that Isaiah 9 and 6, man. He became the Prince of Peace, man. All right, he's the one that brought us back to the Father. He's the one that's pleading our cause, because he understands what it's like to be down here in this flesh.
God, he's setting an example of how to be.
Yeah.
All right, he wasn't about his own will, about what he was going to do. All right, he was all about the Father.
Yeah.
He always glorified, he always spoke of the Father. It was all about his will.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's what it means when it says his name was in him. All right, he was all about the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah.
God.
All right, making sure that comes first.
And he understood the will.
Yeah.
Right? He understood the Lord's plan because the Lord broke it down to him before he came in the flesh. He knew. He already knew what he had to do. Okay? And he went through it. He didn't buckle up. He asked, Lord, like, you have another plan?
Yeah.
Is there another way? Like, you didn't,
Yeah. He understood how bad it was, man. The scripture say he was sweating blood, man.
A lot of blood.
A lot of blood. Do you know how stressed out someone has to be sweating blood?
There's different levels of stress, bro.
Yeah.
There's stress where you can't even sleep.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. You can't, yeah, bleeding. He was bleeding. He was that oil pressed, man, on that mountain. In our garden, he was pressed, man. You know? Because as it was getting closer, the days go, the nerves, the anxiety, God damn.
It's gonna be for us though.
Yeah.
He would tell his servants, his disciples, Son of Man gonna have to suffer this. Show you that it's on his mind, you know?
Yeah, he was thinking about it, man. You know?
He knew it was gonna happen when he was 33, you know?
God.
Getting closer and closer to that age. It's like when Samuel told Saul that he was gonna die. The next day he didn't tell him exactly how and when. So you know that was on his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna die by the Philistine. I'm gonna die by my heart. Kill myself.
There it is.
Alright. But it says, for in that he himself hath suffered being tempted, he's able to secure them that are tempted. Help. Alright? So he went through his flesh, he endured it, now he's able to help us. Alright? That's why in Philippians says, I can do all things through Yahweh Shai that strengthens me.
That's right.
In the world you shall have peace, in the world you shall have tribulation. But be of good cheer, I have overcome the world.
Alright? The Lord's gonna help us get through the world, man. You know?
Yeah.
That's why I chose that name, Azaria, as my name. But as far as going through the names, and I asked, what's that name? How it helps? Yup, I'm gonna need help. Yep, I'm gonna need help get through that. Yep. All gonna need help, man.
Yes.
You know? Well, when I'm there, we're gonna definitely need help. We need help now. Get our daily bread, survive and maintain it. It's difficult, we have to put the work for it, but we're getting what we need. That was it.
Miracles, man, like we was talking about last week, things that I get jaw dropping. Man. So how much more when the shit turn up?
Yeah. Hey, man, the Lord is gonna intervene that much more.
Very.
All right, like we said earlier, man, he's not gonna be able. This devil's not gonna be able to put all of us to death. Again, once they come in like a flood, a standard's gonna be lifted. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is gonna intervene and endow spiritual power unto his men.
We're Mark.
Yeah, we're defenseless, man.
The Lord said, fear not.
Yeah, fear not.
Don't fear.
Yep.
It shouldn't be like you gonna die.
Yeah.
You be saved.
How can I make it out of this? Pray to the Lord.
That's the mindset we gotta be. It's the mindset of salvation. Salvation has to be on our minds.
That song, bro?
Salvation is the motivation. kingdom is inspiration. When it comes to Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, there is no limitation. The kingdom is I still got it. I'm gonna play when I go on the road right now.
I heard that. So long, man.
It's just a song that stick to your mind, bro. And that's one of them. You haven't heard it in a long time. It's just
It's real though, man. Salvation is the motivation.
God,
Trying to make it out of here, man.
trying to get out of this
And
bitch.
our children, man.
God, your children should not see hell. Because this flesh, that's the thing, this flesh is so weak, man. Yahweh Shai said the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. This flesh will have you, man, try to doubt, worry, you fear, have all that shit, man. But we can't. We gotta remember these words. We gotta remember what we've been taught, our training. All right, we can't let this flesh overcome us, man. God.
Yeah. If we were afraid, why would you be concerned with us?
Yeah.
But after our we had to remember.
Yeah, say not to fear. Because the creature sense fear. All right, once he didn't fear, the creature couldn't see, and that's when he killed. When he didn't fear, man. So we cannot fear, man.
We have to fear anyway.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai said, fear the Most High. The one that can kill both body and soul in hell.
Yeah.
Don't fear man. Don't fear the sentence of death. You know? It was really a sentence of life. You know?
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 14 and 14. It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men, put off now the weak nature. So like the brother was going into, all that doubt, all that worry, all that shit that's stressing you the fuck out, man. Put that away. Hey, how does it go in one of the books from the Apostle Paul? In the NLT, it says, don't worry about nothing, pray about everything, pretty much, man. Yeah, Philippians 4, yeah. All right, man, our mindset is in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. It says,
All the things that come to mind when you think about these different scenarios, different prophecies.
yeah.
You ain't gotta worry about that.
Yahweh Shai said to the apostles, do not trouble. However, these things must come to pass. In order to make it to the kingdom, and you got to be able to endure all that's coming. All right? And understand it's in the hands of the Lord. It says, verse 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. All right, the thoughts, that are the most heaviest, man. Are we going to be able to eat in that day? Drink.
Yeah.
All right, be clothed. All right? It's going to be Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai guiding us.
How do we eat and drink in the wilderness?
Exactly.
The Lord provide. How we eat?
That's over 600,000 people.
Yeah.
How we eat and drink now? Yeah, you people, you rely on your fucking jobs, but there's times where there's times where you don't even have money to buy food or make food, man, and you want to make a way.
The
You
Lord
know?
will always make a way, man. You got to have that faith, man. You got to be one of those ones who believe.
Faith will unlock that for you.
Yeah.
You know? Faith will make it to where the Lord has to intervene.
Yeah.
You know? I don't want to say has to. The Lord ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
But the Lord
He sees who's genuine and
Lord
who's
is
not.
merciful, yeah.
Yeah.
He knows them that trust him, so he'll come through.
Yeah.
We ain't supposed to be all nervous, worried about this, that, and
Yeah.
this is ours. This is the Lord fighting for us.
Yeah.
That's our liberation.
I got what you quoted.
Oh, man.
This is Philippians 4 and 6. I'm reading the King James, then the NLT says, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your request be made known unto the Most High. Verse 6, it says, don't worry about anything, instead pray about everything. Tell the Most High what you need and thank Him for all that He has done.
So, I can read that over.
Here it says, don't worry about anything, instead pray about everything.
Yeah, exactly, man. You're worried. All right, shouldn't it be about, hey, how is the Lord going to provide, man? All right, pray about it, man. Hey, the Lord is, hey, again, that brother knows who are those that believe in the Lord. Like that brother was saying.
It says, tell the Most High what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Right? The Lord knows what we need. He knows that we have needs. All right, that's what we ask.
I grabbed him in Mexico.
You know, you may need a car. Ask the Lord for a car. You may need a job. Ask the Lord for a job. Whatever you need, man. That's all that's all we have to, you know, that's what, how do I word this? You know, we should be more focused. How do I word this?
It's like your people said.
Ask the Lord for what we need, because that's all we need. Is our needs to get us by to the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
Everyone right now, they think they go to church and they pray to God for what they want. I want a big booty bitch. I want a fucking Lamborghini. I want to be rich. I want to have a big ass fucking house. That's what you want, man. That's nothing. You don't need that shit. We gotta pray for what we need. What we need is salvation.
Yeah.
We need to be saved. We're in captivity, man. We're being killed on every side, being poisoned. So we gotta worry about what we need.
Hey, just look at the
You know?
example of King Solomon, man. All right, he was the next one set up to be king, and what he prayed for isn't the riches, what all the goods and whatnot. He prayed for the wisdom to rule Israel. All right, the Lord gave him all that on top of it. All right, because what the Lord wants is someone to be totally focused, on how can I serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua the best I can. That's the whole duty of man.
Yep.
All right, to fear the Lord and to obey His commandments, man. It's back in the book of Second Ezra, chapter 14. You ain't gotta go right now?
I have to go. I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second Ezra 14, and back at 6:15, it says, "And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times." It says, "For yet greater evil than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter." All right, again, so this is just the beginning. All right, what's coming is going to be, again, the total destruction of this place, man. All right, this place is going to be left destitute. All right. It says, "For the time is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hasten the vision to come, which thou hast seen." All right, again, we're here at the very end of it.
Hey, how about some superstar?
All right, again, we're seeing end-time prophecy being played out, and that's why we need the Lord that much more. Like the brother had just read in Philippians, man. Don't worry. Be careful of nothing. Pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua about everything, man. All right.
Were you reading that up?
I was reading 2 Ezra 14. And that was about it, man.
You got anything else?
We can go back to Thessalonians 5. And we were at 3. Unless you got something.
Nah, that's good.
No, no.
1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Again, for those that is going to catch them as a thief, man. Or for those people that are out here partying, right now over there in Coachella, man. All right, they're not expecting this place to blow. All right, but we see it clear as day, and it's going to be terrible, man. That's why we tell you, man, to take heed. All right, receive this word before it's too late.
Yep. NLT. When people are saying everything is peaceful and secure, that's the government, then disaster will fall on them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pains begin, and there will be no escape. So these events could come at any moment. They can come right now. We're on the highways and byways. Something can happen right now. Anything. Cyber attack. People not able to access their money in the banks. That would throw society into chaos. Because this whole society is about money.
Let that happen on Friday. See how much panic that's going to bring forth.
Yeah.
All right. again, once this is toppled over, man, it's it.
Yep. It says, "For ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. You are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of the darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober."
Again, we're watching, we're seeing, all right, part of these signs, man. All right, it's making made evident, man. All right, it's these wars are about to start, man. All right, we're hearing the rumors. All right, like Yahushua said, it's like there's earthquakes in diverse places. All right, all these
Wars,
constellations.
rumors of wars.
Yeah. All these different signs over there in space. All right, we're seeing it all come to pass.
And we're sober.
Yeah.
Okay? We're not taking on the ways of this world.
Yeah.
Okay? Using that as a crutch to get by in the society, trying to stay interested or on the level of this society. We can care less about the society, about what they think. The fact that they don't believe in Yahweh.
We expect that. We expect majority of people, our people, not to believe. We're not surprised.
I got a real quick piece of this Revelation chapter 12 and 11. It says, "And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony." It says, "And they loved not their lives but to death." All right, so like the brother was saying earlier, we're not focused, all right, on this current world, man. All right, we want things to come to an end. We understand that it must, all right, for our kingdom to come. All right, so much so is that, hey, fuck whatever is lost in this side, man. So much more can be gained in the next.
This is the most evilest place ever, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go, we don't see nothing but evil, man.
Yeah.
Okay? How could you want this to go on? And you're at the bottom of the list.
Anyway.
You're like what I always say, you're the last hired, the first fired. Okay? Everything that happens, they blame it on you.
Yeah.
Okay? How could you want this to go on?
Face of crime,
Yeah.
face of boredom, face of degeneracy.
Yeah.
That's how they paint Jake in this world. And Jake want to be here? Why? Why you want to be here? Because you're wicked. You're a bunch of wicked individuals, man. You know you ain't shit.
They're in the darkness. But like it says in John 3rd chapter, man, they hate the light. All right, they love the darkness. They'd rather be in it.
Because the darkness, they're not exposed.
Yeah.
The light exposes you to who you truly are.
Yeah.
And we have to face who we were, and acknowledge it and repent. You know?
It's like, to you, like to roaches. When the light comes on, what do the roaches do?
It's scary.
They go back into their hiding, going
To the
back
darkness.
into the darkness. We're finding the darkness.
Back into the abyss. We don't like the darkness. We don't like that. Fuck that. That makes you an enemy to the Most High.
Yeah.
We don't want no smoke with the Most High. We don't want no smoke. We like them jakes at the bottom of the mountain. Like, all right, Moses, we're gonna deal with you. We don't want no smoke, man. We know the apostles are the men of the Lord. Hey, whatever the Lord is saying through them, we rolling with, man. All right, just like we will roll with it when Moses said it. Same feeling, same thing. Oh, you got something?
Yeah, I had another piece of basically what this brother was going into in Thessalonians about being sealed. There's Revelation chapter 14 and verse 3. It says, "And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth." And what you're hearing right now is that song being sung, man. All right, it is truth, man. Like it tells you, man. We're gonna be prophesying that pretty much. All right, we can't help it. It's gonna be something that's inside of us.
Yeah, no man can learn that song. That's why the scripture said, if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
Yeah. It speaks about that in the prophecy in Isaiah in Matthew 13, I believe he references it again. How their ears and their eyes were fat. you got spirits spiritually blocking them away from this truth. Man. Everybody's out here playing their luck.
You said it that this word burns in me. What
Jeremiah.
Yeah.
What am I if I don't prophesy, man? I don't feel crazy, man.
Yeah.
But Paul said, woe to me if I preach not the gospel.
If I preach not the gospel, that's
You know?
if I preach not this gospel. Okay?
Then the blood is on our hands.
Right.
Yeah.
But this word burns in us, man. We can't help but do it.
Yeah, none of us thought we were gonna do this, growing up, man. All right, none of us thought we were they come out here, all right, teaching the words, what's written in the scriptures, man.
You know, we're preachers, right?
Yeah.
We're preachers. None of us
Prophesy.
thought that we're gonna be a preacher when I get. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Remember what's that movie? Coolie Eye, preacher man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Coolie
yeah.
Eye.
Exactly.
Yeah, we didn't know, man.
Yeah, man, we were lost in the world, man. We were Gentiles, man.
Right.
All right, not knowing of this word.
That's
Until-
life, though. You find out your purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
Until we heard it and it activated us.
We don't look at ourselves as preachers as these church preachers.
Church, yeah.
We're not like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're bringing out the real word of the Lord, man.
Well, they're acting. We're not acting.
Right. We
Whatever.
are actually preachers before we're saying before it happens. Okay, we're
Prophets.
Prophets. Okay, we're saying this word of the Most High before it happens, giving warning to our people. Okay, telling them to repent so they don't go through the fire.
And it's not just 1 year thing,
Right.
couple year thing. This is our life.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, this is something you can't retire from.
Yeah. It's like when we got this, it's like, ooh, we relax now. We're come and rest with us. Now we're resting in the Lord, man.
You should know the truth, and the truth should make you free. So like,
Yeah, you did, yeah. We breathed in that new life, man. All right? This wasn't just a revelation that we got one of these days, man.
are those Mexican flags?
You look at Iranian?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
they're
doesn't make any sense.
Are those the Iranian flags? You gotta do a better job. Turn around. How you gonna have the American flag with the Iranian flag? America declared war on Iran. They're supporting both, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
Some of them I found out are Jewish, bro.
Oh, yeah. Bunch of squads.
Some of them yeah.
But that ain't gonna stop the war. It ain't stopping shit. It's really just annoying the U.S. government, man.
Yeah.
Just letting you know what time we're in, man.
Yeah.
We're in war time. Okay? We're in the time of war now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
These prophecies are going to come to pass, man. All right? And whether you believe it or not, the word of the Lord is going to come to pass.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay? And America's going to get destroyed.
That's right.
All right? This place is on its way out, man. And all you people in America, you're about to get destroyed.
That's right.
Okay, you and your pride, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee. Okay? Thinking you untouchable. Okay? The Lord is about to touch you in several different ways. Famine. Wait till your belly start growling, man.
Yeah.
Okay? And there ain't no food. Your right there. You got a new 9-month-old little baby right there. And now, like on the cartoons and shit, when people start turning into a hot dog and shit, because they're so fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Okay?
Start hallucinating, yeah.
You start to hallucinate. Okay? You got a pot of boiling water and shit. Okay? This is about what's to happen about. This is about to happen in America, man.
Yeah, that's right, man. Y'all worried about freedom over there, man. Hey, they're about to strip your freedom over here, man.
Yep.
All right, you're about to feel every fucking moment of it, man. All right, you don't even know what's coming, man.
If Judah was to do that, they all get pulled over.
Yeah.
Man, they wouldn't even get 2 blocks.
Yeah.
2 goddamn blocks and shit. Okay? Just like, case in point, Judah wasn't doing anything on goddamn Crenshaw Boulevard, but out there with their nice cars, their car clubs. We got the Nissans over here, we got the Volkswagens over here, we got the whatever car over here, the Chevrolets over here. They ain't fucking with nobody, they just riding up and down the street. What do? They cut that shit out, bro. They cut it out.
Same thing with Tulsa, Oklahoma, man. All right, with the whole Black Wall Street.
Exactly.
All right, you just had Judah driving, man. All right, what they do, they burn down city businesses, houses. All right.
This is a long line here. This is good.
Makes sense.
You see, they got nice ass cars. They got money. They living comfortable in America.
They don't know they're marking the end. They're marking the end of this place, man. Because Iran is going to shoot over here.
Yeah.
They going to shoot. Okay? Didn't he just bomb them? So what do they think? That this place not going to get bombed over here?
It ain't gonna be Iran though. It's gonna be Russia, China.
All of them.
Yeah. Each and every one of them are.
Iran gonna get Israel, man.
See? That's good. That's good. I'm tired of these proud ass rats, man.
Who's not?
These proud motherfuckers and shit think they own the goddamn world and shit. The Lord is about to fuck y'all up, man.
That's right,
Every
man.
last one of you motherfuckers, man. Every last one of y'all should about to get fucked up out here, man. You ain't running nothing but your goddamn mouth.
Now they got a Jewish
Yeah, that's what I was saying, bro.
It don't make no sense, man. This is Babylon, though.
confusion.
It's
They got
confusion.
all the flags. Everybody involved. Whose side y'all on?
Exactly.
You can't be on Iran's side and be on Israel's side. Get that shit.
Love. Men and women were raped in secret prisons.
They raped by You would think Iranians would know better, man.
Right.
Y'all supposed to call them the Great Satan.
They came over here and drink that Babylon.
You know it.
They all drunk.
They drunk, bro.
Hey, but the Lord said he was going to gather them all together and make them fight against each other. Okay? So this word is coming to pass, man.
Those Iranians will kill these motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Take y'all out. They look at y'all like we look at the 2/3.
They're westernized, yeah.
Bro, I met one at the gym. He said he can't go back home because they'll like take him out.
That's good. See, but America looks at that as bad. Like, no, we're not fucking with the serpent's poison, man.
Yeah.
All this westernized bullshit, that's the serpent's poison.
That disease, it spreads, man. All right, Esau,
Feminism.
yeah. sells wine, he's like a cancer on his earth.
They want your woman. They want your woman to rule over you, man.
But that's how civilization becomes extinct. All right, when they push out again, you know, that feminism, that sodomy, all this fucking bullshit, man. All right, those are tactics of the devil.
Yeah, it must be like a fucking over 100 cars.
They just had a rally somewhere.
This is the rally. This is the rally.
But they done met up somewhere.
Of course, it's got to be Sherman Oaks.
Okay. Here are the flags. Here they are. You know, you can buy this one for 50. You can get this one for 100. You know what I'm saying? You can get two.
And they had their own security too.
Exactly. Okay. And where the police at? Where they at? Nowhere. Okay. Like you said, if that would have been Jake, bro, they would have shut this shit down so fast.
Military would be out here if it was Jake.
Exactly.
Helicopters.
Helicopters, exactly.
Where the helicopters at?
Exactly.
What is honking your horn doing?
For what? What that's doing?
What the fuck?
So 2nd Ezra 16, verse 1. It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. It says, gird up yourselves with cloths and sacks and hair, and bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. All right, again, you know, this is the end time prophecy. All right, this place is going to be nuked. All right, this amalgamation of all these different kingdoms are over here in Babylon. All right, America, all right, which is going to be, again, you know, destroyed by those 200 million warheads that are going to hit this place. Oh, okay.
A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
Yeah, like it tells you in, I believe it's Joel, none shall be able to break their ranks. They're going to hit their intended destination, and that's here in America. All right?
A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?
Hey, Khan. Hey, Yahweh Shai said, I come forth to send a fire whatsoever if it already be kindled, pretty much, man. All right? Before that 7th plague, there's going to be all types of, again, you know, all these other plagues as well, man. People are going to feel it, man. They're going to be going through it. All right? It speaks about, again, you know, this coming in like birth pains, man.
Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?
Yeah.
May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it has begin to burn?
Again, a hungry lion that's stalking after their prey, man, they're going to strike you. All right, just like these horses, man, and they're going to come hitting this place, man. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, his army, his host.
May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer.
Again, you know, there's no missile defense system, or that you can to fight against these missiles. Now, when how many 200 million warheads hitting this place, man? All right, how the fuck are you gonna defend yourself against that? All right, Isaiah speaks about how the earth is gonna rock to and fro in that day. All these other nations are gonna feel it. All right, you're gonna have that fallout to where, like, hey, like it tells you, these merchants from these other countries, man, you're gonna bewail Babylon, man. All right, not being able to make money out of this place.
And the Lord is going to be in those missiles.
Yeah, the Spirit, yeah.
The Spirit of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
That's his army. That's the Lord's army coming to destroy this place, man.
Yeah.
Okay? And you cannot stop the Lord's will.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have his angels too. He's gonna have that army too.
Yeah. The mighty Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? The fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it?
And again, you know, when it speaks about that in Revelation 14, I believe it's 10 again, it speaks about how, roughly paraphrasing, the wrath of the Lord It's going to be without mixture, his indignation. You're going to feel the full force of that. All right, that fire, you're gonna feel that in your bones, your spirit. It speaks about your eye sockets melting away, your tongue being consumed. All right, that is a different level of pain, and that awaits the judgment of the people here in Babylon.
He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid?
And again, you're gonna have the Lord partaking, man. All right, it speaks about the lasers going out of the chariots, man. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we just quoted in Revelation 14, how the Lamb is gonna be in the presence with the angels, man, seeing all of it.
The Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. The Water Worlds, Tom Cruise, they were shooting them cats.
Nothing but dust was left.
That was it. Powder.
What do they call it? Vaporized, pretty much.
Yeah.
Again, there's going to be nothing left of you. All right, there's going to be nothing left of Babylon here. It speaks about that in 2 Peter's the 3rd chapter, how the elements are going to melt. All right, do you know how hot it's got to be for the elements to melt?
I was looking at documentaries of World War II when they dropped the bombs on them gooks. They got fucked up.
Yeah.
So how much more in a nuclear war?
Yeah.
You know?
It speaks about how that smoke is going to ascend for that very long time.
I believe over 200,000 people died.
Shit.
And this is in the 40s, so population wasn't as great as it is today.
No, not to mention the after effects of those babies, man. All right, they all came out with these different diseases, all mutated and shit, all retarded.
And they had to surrender, man.
Yeah.
The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power.
Again, like it tells you in Isaiah, the earth rocking to and fro like a drunkard. All right, this is saying it again, man. All right, there's gonna be countries that are gonna be moved out of the place. All right, who knows how the aftermath is gonna be like? All right, when it talks about in the U.S. over here in Babylon, it speaks about that line of confusion. All right, you're not gonna be able to distinct which state is which. All right, that's how fucked up it's gonna get over here.
For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Okay, none shall be able to break their rank. They're gonna hit their target, like the brother said. The spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai are gonna be in it. All right.
Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth.
Until Babylon is fully destroyed. All right, and this is just the main target, man. And certain missiles are gonna hit, parts of Europe, of course, parts of Israel, but the main judgment is gonna be over here.
Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again.
Again, this place is going to be fully devoured. Like it speaks about in Isaiah 14. It's going to be nothing but a fucking desert over here, all right? Only desert creatures are going to be able to inhabit this place. No one else is going to be able to live here.
You mean Isaiah 13?
Isaiah 13, Salak. Yeah.
Revelation 18. Yeah.
Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days.
Again, here goes Ezra saying it again because he understands, again, what's in the scriptures, reincarnation. All right, us, coming back again. All right, he understood that, hey, he was going to be there, and hey, ultimately the Lord is going to save his servants.
And what he's seeing was terrible, man.
Yeah. Because, hey, man.
Very terrible.
Very terrible. There's like an exclamation point, like right over there, man. He was afraid.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing something you can't explain.
Yeah.
Something horrible, you just can't explain it.
He jumped like thousands of years into the future, man.
Right.
All right, and saw this place being destroyed.
What does woe mean?
Destruction.
Destruction.
Destruction. He said it to his, not him. He said, destruction is me. He said it again.
I believe in the Habakkuk it speaks about how did the Lord hate the trees? All right,
Exactly.
The rivers.
That's how much destruction is going to happen. All right, hey, but even though that goes to show you how much of an example this place is going to be to not be, because the Lord he hates this place. It needs to be destroyed.
Yeah.
This is where the wicked man. This is their kingdom.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginnings of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
Yeah, this is just but the beginning, man. Hey, before all that, man, there's going to be much more to come. And again, it's going to take Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, to come save his servants, his men.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Again, the prophecy in Zechariah, it speaks about the 2/3 being cut off and die. This is mainly for them. All right, the judgment that's going to take place in this land. All right, again, the Lord is only here, all right, for his elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3. All right, but he's also here to punish and to correct the rest of these people. The only way they can receive it if they die on the side. All right?
But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Just like it says in Isaiah 30, they trust in the shadow of Egypt, man. All right, that's going to be their shame. Because just like they were in the 40 years of the wilderness, they were wanting to go back into that captivity. That's just the mindset of the 2/3, man. Are oppressed and broken, trusting in that captivity. All right, when it says how oppression is supposed to make a wise man mad. All right, we see this as it's not the way it's supposed to be, man. We need Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right, but hey, these people are lost and blocked away from this. All right, that's why the only mercy they can receive is that second death.
That's why it says in Ezekiel 9,
Yeah, he shall not have pity.
To put a mark on the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that they've done there. Okay?
Yeah.
We hate this place, man.
Yeah.
We hate these people, man. Okay? Because all they do is wickedness, and that's all they're looking forward to doing is wickedness. When you tell them about righteousness, they don't want to hear it.
Yeah. They hate him that rebuketh at the gate, man.
Exactly.
And like it says in the book of Peter, how just Lot, he was vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. All right, we hate that. Hey, it's the wicked that are in authority, and our people are just going along with it, man. Like the brother Z said, man, we see you 2/3 as a bunch of fucking heathens, man. All right, y'all need to die in this place, man.
Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Yeah.
And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
And this is all that's coming, man. Hey, that already came to pass, man. Everything is about to be marked up like crazy, man. Or you won't be able to afford common goods, man. Food, water, shelter, and those things, man.
You're not gonna leave your house.
You're not gonna be able to leave. Yeah, you're not gonna have a house, man. All right, it speaks about how they're gonna invade each other. How does it go? How they're gonna invade one another's household. All right, they shall have no pity against their neighbor.
Yeah.
All right, for the lack of bread.
Lack of bread. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
That's like that Amos 5 and 20, I believe, man. When it speaks about the bear escaping the lion, just to run across a bear. All right, escaping that bear, just to place your hand on the wall. All right, and have that serpent bite you, man. All right, there's gonna be many of these different troubles to come for the wicked of his people, man. All right, concentration camps, a famine, pestilence, all this different shit, leading up to that final plague that Ezra saw. All right, going into that nuclear fire.
And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down.
Yeah, there's going to be no one to bury these bodies, man. Like we're about to read in Zephaniah, the first chapter, man. It says that again, the bodies are going to be like dung in the streets. All right, there's going to be, again, no coffins, none of that. People burying each other. They're just going to be laid out there, man. There's going to be a stink among the air, man.
There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it.
Like you see in these end of time movies, man. All right, there's going to be no one trimming the trees, the plants. There's going to be all types of wildlife growing outside of the cement. All right, there's going to be animals all across the cities, man.
It don't take long for that to happen either.
It doesn't, man.
Look at 2020.
Yeah.
The deer start coming into the cities, man.
Yeah.
The cities start to grow up.
Yep.
Things in the streets and shit start to just grow up.
Hey, the air started to get a lot clearer because there was a lot less people out here, man.
Yeah.
All right. That goes to show you how polluted this place is, man.
So it's gonna be unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Like they show you on I Am Legend.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Like, I think that first scene, he was driving that car with the Giselle chasing him.
Driving through Times Square, bro.
Yeah. You got all these deers in the background.
Abandoned cities.
Yeah. What? Hey,
No people.
He was going crazy. Talking to mannequins, man. Or you had I forget what they were called, the zombies pretty much fucking with him. All right, moving around the mannequins. All right, but in his head, he thought he was going crazy. Because he hasn't seen any type of person, man. Like it's going to go into, man.
Yeah, especially with this draft and all of this.
Yeah.
A lot of people gonna be shipped to the Middle East.
They said they're going to require it this December, right? Make it mandatory pretty much for all able-bodied 18-year-olds to sign up for that shit.
They could cause something to happen before that.
Yeah.
Okay, then get ready.
The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and
They
who
got-
shall tread them?
So like they're building all these detention centers around the nation, right?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have civil war. People are not gonna want to go. They don't want their children going, to the war. So it's gonna be a lot of unrest, a lot of anarchy, and then they're gonna have to put those people up. They're gonna be hey man, it's gonna get bad. It could be this summer, man. It could be next month.
They show that in that one series, The Boys, their final season. Which, yeah, they were grabbing up anyone that would talk any type of shit about Homelander or superheroes, pretty much, man.
They're passing laws right now.
Yeah,
Anyone speaking against the government, anyone speaking against Trump.
that's exactly what they try to show you in the
Yeah.
show, man. All right, they called it cyber terrorism. Which we understand, hey man, that's gonna issue in the famine. All right, and persecution.
Yeah, persecution.
Yeah.
But it's okay. All right. It's all right. At the end of it all, Esau gonna be persecuted.
Yeah, these things have to come to pass, man.
For all places shall be desolate of men.
Yeah.
There you go. due to the war,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of men gonna die.
Yeah.
A lot of men are in the forefront when it comes to war.
Yeah.
I ain't just talking about war in the Middle East. I'm talking about civil war, civil unrest. That's a lot of men.
Just like it was in the Titanic. Yeah.
Women get behind men.
Yeah.
You know, when shots start busting out,
Yeah.
women are running, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Men are the ones right there ducking, ready to, you know.
Ready for anything that might come, man.
So a lot of men gonna die.
Women are the ones behind me. When the shots ring out, women are doing this.
Yeah.
Right behind the man. Okay? Expecting the man to protect them.
And men naturally protect them.
Exactly.
That's a natural thing for a man.
They would tell you in these times, I don't need a woman.
That's gonna be out the window in these times of danger. That's gonna be out the window, man. They're not gonna be thinking like that. A lot of women are changing their tune now.
Yeah.
Online. Oh, we need men. Oh, we love you, black man. No, you don't, bitch. No, you don't.
Saying that what they were saying, that, you know, that's wrong, them saying we don't need a man. We need men.
Because they can see the danger coming.
Yeah.
They can see, only when it's convenient for them. That's how manipulative women are, man. But nobody's going for your shit. The Lord got judgment for you, man.
Yeah.
You careless daughters.
Yeah, all of you that talk shit about the men of the Lord, man, you're gonna receive it the worst.
It might not even come out their mouth. They think it.
Yeah. You walking by the camp.
You know, you might
Coming
lock
across
eyes
the
with a bitch. What does this nigga want?
Yeah.
Bitch, we just happen to lock eyes. Fuck you. Fuck out of here, bitch. No one gives a fuck about your used and abused box.
Yeah.
No one wants that shit. That's all you women are anyway. A bunch of box. That's it. What else do you have to offer? You have nothing to offer but fucking trouble and chaos and problems. All you women are fucking liabilities, man. You know, fuck you, man.
And this girl come walking up and she's looking okay, you know. And I looked at her, and when I looked at her, she did that.
See?
Apostle Bar mentioned that, yeah. Whenever
like, what you doing that for?
Right.
Aren't we the same people? Like, goddamn, bitch.
Right. So me looking at you is a turn off.
And you're not even looking at her like that. You just,
No, I just
you're a
see her.
human being. You're gonna look.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just looking at you because you walked past. Ain't nobody else in the damn mall. It's just you.
Yeah.
Okay, and I seen you and I looked at you. You gonna give me a snacky, fucked up face and shit.
Let Chris Brown walk by her ass.
Exactly. She gonna turn around. Oh, I know.
She gonna get on her hands and knees.
Exactly. And he gonna dog her
And Chris
out.
Brown is a fucking demon, man. What's fucking special about Chris Brown? A fuck nigga could sing and dance. Okay.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here. No one gives a fuck. Fuck that nigga, man. He ain't gonna tell you that he's a fucking faggot. He ain't gonna tell you that he's a fucking Satan worshiper. But that's what you women desire. You desire fucking reprobates.
They don't want a good man, okay? The man that goes to work, okay, working a 9 to 5, okay, bringing home groceries, taking care of the children, okay, doing paying all the bills in the house. And what the woman doing? She plotting against him. When he go to work, she got another nigga coming over and shit.
Yeah.
That type of shit.
That ain't doing nothing for you.
Right,
This guy ain't doing nothing for you, but yet you give him access to your box.
right.
But
And
the
when
man,
when your man wants some, I'm tired. I'm having the children all day today, and I had to cook, and you know.
so when the trouble come, you gonna have to fend for yourself. That man gonna be like, I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The war came.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
It says that in Timothy that she that lives in pleasures dead already. All right, you know, these women have another thing coming.
Yeah.
Right, when all hell breaks loose.
Continuing, it says, so that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice.
Again, you know, it's going to be very desolate, man. Again, you know, it's going to be a rarity to see another person. Hey, like brothers keep saying, man, you might be alone in these days, man. Knowing how much people are going to die. All right, hey, there's going to be, again, what can take like 15 minutes might take hours just to All right, you know, it's it's all going to be dependent on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah.
And the Lord already has us in that mode to where we can be alone. You know?
Yeah.
He has us in that mind state. You know, we don't have a problem being alone.
A lot of people can't deal with them themselves, man.
Exactly.
They got
I'm a
demons
loner,
and
man.
spirits. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people can't handle silence.
Yeah.
They gotta have some gotta be playing.
Yeah.
Radio,
Ahead of
TV.
TV.
Yeah.
Okay. They gotta hear something. They can't listen to their own mind. Okay.
That's what I like right there. I like silence.
Yeah, bro.
I like being alone.
Yeah, bro.
What real man don't want to be alone? That's some woman shit. Want to be around somebody all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You know how draining that is?
It says, for the city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks.
So it's going to be, population is going to be reduced. Depopulation. That's what he saw once, man. Easier to control. Less people. Easier to control, man.
Verse 34, 2nd Ezra 16 and 34. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine.
Again, going into men being a rarity in those days.
Yeah, because, it's perishing of famine, right? Because a man going to make sure his woman and his children eat before him.
Yeah.
A lot of men going to die because they're giving the food to them.
Yeah. All the resources, all that.
Damn.
True, bro.
Yeah. Some of them might just die getting the food is the thing.
Yep.
All right, they're going to be robbing and invading one another. All right, going into these storehouses, man, these warehouses, seeing where they can scavenge. All right, best believe it. There's going to be a lot of death the first go around.
Wow.
Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord.
Yeah.
Behold the word of the Lord.
It's like we're supposed to have this ready in our minds, man. Again, what's coming. We read about it all the time, but when it's actually played out, man, we gotta be. Again, this is what's gonna keep us stable. This is what's gonna bring us that peace when we're. Of course, we're never alone, but when we're alone, physically, pretty much.
Yeah, we're never alone, man. The Lord He's gonna be doing miracles for us, man. He can have an angel come to you and just touch you and just heal whatever you got, whatever's going on with you. Can just heal you in that moment. Boom. The Lord can do anything, man. So be expecting that. All right. Like I always say, nobody was expecting the Lord to split the sea.
Yeah.
Nobody called that.
And they walked.
Nobody said, you know what, the Lord about to split the sea. No one called. No one was thinking like that.
They saw a dead end. That's like a dead end road. It's a sea. They right there.
Pharaoh
we
too.
Right here.
Pharaoh's like, oh, got him. Got him. They can't go nowhere. They trapped now.
Right. Okay. But the Lord's like, no.
I got this.
I'm gonna show you something.
Kick back. I was explaining to my children about the dry ground.
Yeah.
I was like, you would think that it's muddy, right?
Right.
No, the Lord dried the ground. Now that's
Dried
special.
it.
That's special.
That is
Because Jake like to be clean and shit.
That's power.
That's power.
That's power. You got the water. You got a wall to water.
And that's detail.
Yeah.
Detail. Yeah.
That's very detailed. Like
Exactly.
for the Lord to even think about that.
Yeah.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
So it's very detailed. He's gonna be very detailed when it comes to these miracles, man.
Right.
Very specific too.
Yeah. And
You know?
that reminds me of, remember I told y'all about that time when I had that flat out there in the middle
In the
of
dark.
nowhere?
Oh, you scared? That one?
Right, and the voice came to me and asked me, am I scared? When
Yeah.
all the lights went out, are you scared? And then when it said it to me, it kind of laughed it to me, and I laughed and said no out loud. And then the Lord sent that white van around the corner, same time.
Yeah.
And the guy had everything and changed my tire at the same time.
That's it.
Come on, man.
That's it.
That's it, bro.
So you gotta expect it. Expect the way out every time.
Every time.
Even to the last second. Even if it feel like it ain't gonna be no way out, expect the way out.
Exactly. That's how the Lord works. He works
That's how
at
it
that
works.
last
That's how
second.
it works.
He works at that last second. I've been in the last second situation so many times.
That throwing in the fire is the last second.
Yeah.
They all grabbed up,
Yeah.
hemmed up, calling on the name,
Yeah.
throwing it to the fire. They hey, that's it. But they
Yep.
kept the faith though.
Kept the
Fuck
faith.
it, we dying. Fuck it, boom.
Yep. And when they came out, they didn't even smell like smoke. They didn't even smell like smoke.
The ones that put
Now
it in
once
there.
again, that's detail.
Yes.
That's detail, man.
Yeah.
You ain't even smell like smoke. Because when you grilling, all that smoke consumes you.
Right.
You gotta change your clothes.
Yeah. And then when you take them clothes to be washed, you can still smell.
You
the
can
smoke.
smell that shit, bro. So smoke, that's detail right there, man.
Exactly.
You know, so prepare your mind for detailed miracles, man.
Yeah.
You know?
It's already written.
It's already written, bro.
We're gonna get the victory over this. When the devil shall come in like a flood,
Then you shall lift up a standard.
that's standard, man.
The Lord give you some power, man. You could be like Homelander out here. I don't know if, because I only know for Homelander from Mortal Kombat. He got the laser eyes.
Yeah.
So he has that on the show.
Yeah.
The Lord can give you all that.
Like,
Now you could be like Omni-Man out this motherfucker.
yeah.
I watched the 2 episodes of the new season. I expected more, but it's cool.
The Lord is so powerful, man, that He can make you not even be seen.
Yeah.
Invisible, right?
Huh?
Invisible, right?
Invisible.
I had a
You see
dream like
them.
that. I had a dream like that. I was invisible.
Yeah. You can see them, but they can't see you.
Or the Lord could blind them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Remember with sodomites, the Lord had the angels blind them.
Right. Exactly.
Same with dealing with Elisha, right?
Oh, yeah.
The army was blinded, and he guided them, right? So we have to consider these things, man. The things written aforetime, written for our learning, to build up our faith. Like, man, the Lord, like Peter in the prison, right?
Yeah.
The Lord, God,
Open the door.
when you find yourself in a prison, you're gonna be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Man, the Lord, you know what? The Lord go, why am I tripping for? The Lord go,
Right.
have an angel come tonight and walk me out this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it don't happen that night. You know what? It got happen tomorrow night, man.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Or earthquake with Paul. Earthquake happened. All the chains fell off of them. You know? Loosed them from the prisons. It wasn't just Paul, it was all of them. All of them was loosed from the prisons, man. You know?
That's the power we serve.
Yeah.
That's our power.
I heard about Paul coming back to life.
Yeah.
He's being stoned and he came back to life. You know they was tripping out like, what the fuck? And then he went to prophesy.
Yeah.
So it's nothing, there's no limits to the power of Yahweh Bashim outside. Alright, we're gonna trust in that.
Yeah. Our hope, it's got to lie in that, man. That's why we're prisoners of that.
Gotta be.
Alright?
What we supposed to believe in what Esau say? This man's going down. What the fuck we gonna trust in this guy for? He's going down. He's on his way out. The Lord coming back to whoop his ass. Man, we gonna trust in his society? Hell no.
Look at his record history. Look what he did with all Jake that trusted him.
He just made a fucking ceasefire deal with these goddamn heathens and he bombed them in the same fucking minute. Can't trust this motherfucker, man.
And plus, we bringing the gospel. We bring you the good news.
Truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not, hey man, there's no lie that is being told, man. Everything that is said in the scriptures, they will come to pass. Alright? I had a quick precept. I was going to read it earlier. This is 2nd Esdras.
You gotta listen to that track again,
Chapter
bro.
9 and verse 13.
I talk about that stuff, bro.
And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire
I
how
started
the
with
righteous
Daniel.
shall be saved, whose the world is,
Yeah.
and for whom the world is created.
Yeah, speaking about miracles, Daniel, man.
Yeah.
We're thrown in a lion's den.
Huh?
A den of lions. Just think about that for a
Hungry
second.
lions.
A lions?
Yeah. They have it.
I wouldn't want to be thrown in a den of lions of cubs. Lion cubs. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
A den of lions?
Man.
A den of lions.
Damn, that sounds.
You shitting yourself.
Yeah.
As you going down. Oh shit! Whole bunch of shit coming out. Oh
Bro, you
shit!
hear the sounds, bro.
Just the fact that it's a den of lions. How many lions is that, man? That's probably like, you know, lions they run deep, man. Hungry lions, grown ass lions.
Yeah.
And you know they were way larger than they are today.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you know he probably starved them out.
You know it.
Because
You know
he
it.
was gonna throw them in there.
You know it.
Okay. But what did the Lord do? The Lord
Sent the
put it
angel.
put it in their mind to leave alone.
Oh, he said the scripture say he sent the angel to stop the mouths of the lions. So I don't know if Daniel seen the angel or he didn't, but damn.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's the strength of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. That's his power.
God damn.
All right. So our focus isn't about those who are gonna die out here. It's how is it that we're gonna be saved out of here? Man?
Yeah, how the Lord gonna get me out of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that put me in this situation.
Yeah.
But that's where the miracles happen.
Yeah.
In those intense moments.
Yeah.
Like the splitting of the sea. That was an intense moment. On one side you got Pharaoh and his army coming after you. On the other side you got a body of water.
Yeah. Where you going?
It's like, God damn.
They cornered in, bro.
All you gotta do is look up. That's all you gotta do. Calling that name. The Lord told, hey man, grab that, man. What time is it? We almost out of here? Grab that real quick. Exodus 14 and I think it's 14 or it's like 12. Start up. We'll read that and close it. I love that account.
They were literally cornered, bro. Nowhere to go.
That's us. You know, where we gonna go? You know, take up that worm. We ain't got nothing. We surrounded by the enemy. They got our phones. They got they're listening to all our conversations. They watching us from the TV. They doing everything, man. They watching you pipe your woman down. Weirdos. They know our kids. They got our pictures of our kids everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Second,
Yeah.
yeah, Exodus 14.
Oh, okay. You want me to start at verse 4?
Like 12, bro.
Okay. It's Exodus chapter 14.
Where the fear was.
God. And verse 12, it says,
Start reading, bro.
it's Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. It says, and Moses said unto the people,
What happened at 12?
this is 14 and 12, it says, is not this the word that we did tell thee?
Go up.
Come. It's verse, I'll start at 10. It says, and when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them.
Big ass army, man.
It says, and they were sore afraid, and the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord.
Hey, we're the children of Israel, man.
Yes.
We can't forget that, man.
Yes.
We're the children of Israel, man. We have a defense. We have help.
Ultimately.
We just ain't out here, man. We're not heathens, man. Go ahead.
If we're the children of Israel that this prophecy is written about, this book is written about us at the end. We're the ones at the end.
We're the ones that's gonna be taken up.
That's it.
We're the ones that's gonna be ruling the earth. You know, we just in our lowest state right now. It's okay. Go ahead.
It says, verse 11, and they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt.
Hey, you ever seen these women, right? Like, let me think of somebody like a Whitney Houston or a Rihanna. You ever seen them before fame? They look like themselves, but
Yeah.
they don't have that beauty. They don't have that,
Like Cardi B.
like a Cardi B,
Cardi B.
right?
Yeah.
You seen her before?
Yeah.
Riches?
Yeah.
Teeth all fucked up, right? She's in a lower state.
Right.
But then you see her on the other side of it, when she get the riches and the fame, she fixed her, you know what I mean? They fix themselves up. So right now, we like that right now. We in our lowest state, but we about to be in our glory, man. Okay, go ahead.
It says, because there was no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness?
Right? So that's a faithless statement. We're not thinking like that. We're thinking of, all right, the Lord going to deliver us out of this. Go ahead. You know that's not Joshua's mindset. You know that's not Caleb's mindset. You know that's not Moses' mindset. Go ahead.
It says, wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is not this word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And that's why 2/3 got to die over here on this side. It says, and Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you,
There you go.
and ye shall hold your peace.
The Lord gonna fight for us, man. We're gonna hold our peace. Keep going.
It says, and the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me?
See, he was crying unto the Lord. Wherefore criest thou unto me? Get that staff I gave you. Go ahead.
God. It says, speak unto the children of Israel that ye go forward. But lift thou up the rod and stretch out thine hand over the sea and divide it.
Now it's not Moses dividing it. It's Yahweh Hashem outside. Go ahead, bro. What are you doing?
It says, hand over the sea and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go to dry ground through the
Details.
midst of
That's
the
the
sea.
details. Dry ground. This land has never been walked on.
Right.
This is the sea we're talking about. Ain't nobody walking on this.
Right. It's been engulfed in water.
And it's full of sea creatures.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Wow.
Verse 17, and I behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them.
So he had a trap for them. He already had it set. Yeah, I got them coming after y'all for a reason. I'm about to have all this water fall on their ass. See, so the Lord, yeah, we're gonna be in intense moments, but he also baiting the heathen, man. And the scripture say they ain't gonna be able to do nothing against us.
Right. But the heathen shall come in like a flood. The Lord gonna
Lift up a standard.
bro.
That's it, bro. Unless you got a little more.
There's the little boy.
But ultimately, the Lord, that's deliverance right there. And that's like Jeremiah 16. That's being spoken of to this day. This is thousands of years later. We're still talking about this. They still making movies on this.
And that's the spirit. That detail will go forward, man. That's the only way. That's the only way through, man. It's forward. All right, again, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, nothing is impossible. All right, just like he showcased us in Egypt.
So the Lord creates a way out of no way.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be a way. He'll create a way.
Yeah.
You know? So have faith.
That's the beauty of the Lord.
And I know
To be able to get you out of a situation where you think that you're at your dead end.
Yeah.
And he just comes to, watch this.
Yeah. Go ahead. I got this. Yeah.
You gotta project
Yeah.
like they are.
But let's wrap it up, huh?
And so with that, Lord told you brothers were edified. Again, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakadash, Rakti Yahweh,
Rakti Yahweh,
Rakti Yahweh Shai,
Rakti Yahweh Shai,
Rakti Yahweh,
Rakti Yahweh,
Rakti Yahweh Shai,
Rakti Yahweh Shai.
and God, Lord, and blood, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
That's right. Shalom.
Shalom.